watching everybody's punch clock and waiting for the moonwalk to take them back to dance them away. Everybody shadow boxing, don't you wanna stop, drop and roll till the whole thing burns like you earned the flame. It's all the same. Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Woo! How can you sleep? How will you die when this is how you live your life? You see the world while locked inside. It's just a flash before your eyes. We don't know why we can't break through if all we do is people watch. You people watch, that's all you do. You loved and lost, you people watch.
Welcome to the Houston High Hockey live broadcast game between the Hawks and the Lathrop Malemutes. My name's Isaac Smolden. I'm joined here by my color guy today, Jaden Sears. And we're here broadcasting the game live from the Menard Sports Center in beautiful Wasilla, Alaska. Come back in a couple moments, a little closer to the drop of the puck with our key points for the game, interview with returning winger Kai Kingery, and our starting lineups for tonight, as well as the drop of the puck. So stay tuned. It's the Houston High Hockey live broadcast, game between the Hawks and the Malemutes.
Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame.
Welcome back to the Houston High Hockey live broadcast game between the Hawks and the Malemutes. Let's look at our interview from winger Kai Kingery. It's going to be his first game back tonight against Lathrop. Let's see what he had to say before the game. Here with Kai Kingery. He's coming off injured reserve to play his first game for the Hawks this season tonight against the Lathrop Malemutes. So, Kai, what's it like to be back tonight?
It feels good. Was looking forward to getting back on the ice out there. Been watching the games, playing, and just been excited and hoping for the best. And now I'm back, so it feels good.
So what are you looking to do out there tonight against Lathrop?
I plan on helping our offense, generate some more offense, try to get some goals in there, work on some cycle stuff, just get everyone going.
All right. Well, good luck tonight, Kai. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that brings us to our key points for the game, brought to you by Ace Waterwells. Key point number 1 is going to be dumping and chasing. Lathrop's got a really deep bench, unlike the last team the Hawks played at Bartlett. So dumping and chasing, tiring these boys out, then forechecking the puck is going to be key. Key point number 2 is going to be staying out of the box. Hawk took some costly penalties last week. Haven't been fantastic on the kill. It's going to be important to make sure that they're staying full strength as much as possible. Then key point number 3 is pass into the points, especially on that power play. We've got some great defensemen this year that have got some incredible shots. So best case scenario is going to be starting to throw the pucks on net, really peppering this Lathrop goalie early. So looking at our starting lineups for tonight. Starting for Lathrop is going to be defenseman Adam Victorino, center Trenton Spears, forward Alex Wood, forward Deandrick Henderson, defenseman Krishna Natual, and starting in net tonight for the Malemutes is Zachary Heron. And starting for the Hawks is going to be forward Tyler Shivers, forward Kai Kingery, forward Aiden Ottengana, defenseman Reed Humphreys, and defenseman Hayden Shivers. Starting in net tonight for the Hawks is goaltender Riley Bollinger. About 7 minutes away from the opening puck drop. When we come back, we'll give you just that as the Hawks take on the Malemutes here at Wasilla.
Such a long time ago. Put on a red light. See the roses on the cake. Put on a red light. I can tell that you're on the break. It could be your second coming now. Where you gonna run to now?
No matter over mine, I'm breaking barricades and borderlines. Never cautious of the warning sign. I'm out to overpower anything y'all try to undermine. I'm a living legend on the track. That institution on the field. Natural born warrior. The Coliseum know the deal. But when I started, walls they were closing in. Underestimated, now I'm overthrowing them. Riding like the chariots, the fire gates are opening. Don't know who's chosen for the podium. You're looking at the true living. This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. You're all the reason why I stay motivated, while my team flag stays elevated.
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. Game time, every win celebrated from the top. Let them know how we made it. Used to hate to confuse you, but I won't let it. MJ, how I followed through it, forever said it. Growing up, I was hard-headed and self-centered. I always knew I deserved more, I just had to get it. Got it, good, I'm great. Call me ever the great. Everything for the win, a loser couldn't relate. Overtime in the gym, my man handled the weight. I waited a long time for my time, give me a plate. Born to create, give me life, give me buzz. Give me money, give me peace, give me all of the above. To see the light, you need a plug. So give me health, give me wisdom, and all of the love. I'm a beast, grind hard, the paper it bring. I attack, bob weave, I'm good in the ring. Up north, wild boys and crazier things. Must I remind you in the presence of Canadian kings? Play a salute.
But when I started, walls they were closing in. Underestimated, now I'm overthrowing them. Riding like the chariots, the fire gates are opening. Don't know who's chosen for the podium. First album, certified classic. Last album, borderline magic. Stimulated your brain cells, shocked your chakras. Fuse hip-hop, rock with opera. The realest rappers in Toronto love to see me in the booth. Baddest stallions love to see me in a suit. Proof, Galloway the God again. Here go the God again. Lyrical, spiritual, bring the Dalai Lama in. I could never die. 2 rap Junos nominated for a Gemini. Started with a symphony, the sum is still a mystery. Keep making records, I'ma keep on making history. But when I started, walls they were closing in. Underestimated, now I'm overthrowing them. Riding like the chariots, the fire gates are opening. Y'all know who's chosen for the podium. You're looking at the true.
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. Game time, every win celebrated from the top. Let them know how we made it.
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. You're all the reason why I stay motivated, while my team flag stays elevated.
I told you where to go. You had those creepers on. You showed me how to roll. Step out this town. There's nothing now I wanna know. These thoughts of violence. This ain't no crowd control. These thoughts of violence. They murdered rock and roll. Slow down, fade out. That's how I wanna go. Sometimes we never get started. No one will give you a wake-up call. Sometimes the hours are wasted. No one will give you a wake-up call. We need another rush, something to fill our days. It lies in wait for us. It lives on empty space. Slow down, fade out. That's how I wanna go. Sometimes we never get started. No one will give you a wake-up call. Sometimes the hours are wasted. No one will give you a wake-up call. Sometimes we never get started. No one will give you a wake-up call. Sometimes the hours are wasted. No one will give you a wake-up Pop rocks and cherry cola. It gets colder when you're gone. We are getting drunk now. Jamie flunked out, pants undone. Internet scams and waste comes. We just scapegoats all too dumb. Body pain and glow. Where do trends go when you're numb? When everybody wants to be somebody, they all care. And everybody wants to know themselves, but we're too scared to figure it out. We're still figuring it out. Made for mass production, easy art when you want more. But what's that made to function or create or just get bored? High school conversations, graduation, what's in store? A 5-year plan to visions, it wasn't your invitation, burn. But everybody wants to be somebody, they all care. And everybody wants to know themselves, but we're too scared to figure it out. We're still figuring it out.
Welcome back to the Houston High Hockey live broadcast here from the Menard Sports Center in Wasilla, Alaska. Preliminaries are over, so we're getting ready to drop the puck here for the first period.
Tell you what though, Isaac, Lathrop does have some big boys this year.
Yeah, I don't know what they're feeding them up there in Fairbanks, but it's got to be close to all corn. Because they are not a team that's going to be afraid to take the body, it looks like.
No, not at all. They're always been that way.
Tyler Shivers out there to drop the puck, or take the face-off rather for Houston. He's going to be out there against number 9 of the Malemutes. Excuse me, number 15 of the Malemutes. That's Trenton Spears. Face-off drop, and Lathrop wins it back, and now pass it up. Into the blue line is Spears. He carries it to the top of the circle, poked off into the corner by Hayden Shivers. He's back there fighting for it, Tyler Shivers, and he knocks Spears down to the ground. Now Shivers picks it up. He's on the hash marks. Shivers is another player, both Shivers boys in the corner fighting for it. Tries to step through, it's poked back into the corner, and it's picked up by Spears. Battling for it on the hash, Tyler Shivers and Hayden Shivers down in the corner for the Hawks. Now there's 3 Hawk skaters down there as Kingery joins the fray. Still held at the corner, eventually Shivers picks it up, tries to poke it through. Picked up by Spears in the corner, behind the net, knocked off by Tyler Shivers, and he dumps it all the way around. Ottengana tries to play it, but it's picked up by Lathrop and carried back down into the corner. Dumps it around the net. Picked up by Reed Humphreys on the far side. He chips it up and over, out of the zone, and all the way down the ice.
Smart play by Humphreys there. They were getting worked down in the corner. You got to get it out at some point.
Yeah, Hawks definitely were in their zone for the entirety of that 55 seconds of the first. Was a good play by Humphreys to chip it up and out. Hawks will get a line change on the play now. It's Austin Zweifel, Isaiah Squires, and Riley Scott out there. Nixon Gillespie on defense. Face-off won by Lathrop. Tried to throw through, but it doesn't quite make it. In the corner fighting for it is Gillespie. He's got it on the hash and kicks it up to Squires. Hawks look to break it out. Squires chips it past. Picked up by Lathrop and dumped back out. Now it's a cross. Riley Scott goes for a hit. He gets knocked to the ground. Chipped out by Lathrop and across the red. JP Nix goes in. He makes a huge hit that knocks number 24 Andros off the puck. Zweifel has it in the neutral zone. Lost it back. Passed across by Lathrop and out of the zone. Now they have it on the red. Passed across. Picked up in the slot. Fired a shot that just went wide of the net. In the corner now is Andros. He passes to the middle and they score. Quick play there for the Malemutes. As Andros had it on the slot, and it looked like it was number 55, Dante Curtis, with the goal.
Kind of a broken play for the Hawks defensively there. Kind of a miscommunication between the defensemen led to that pretty easy pass right in front of the net. No one on him.
Yeah, there was no one on Curtis, and he got an easy goal there for the Malemutes. 13:22 is remaining in the first period. Hawks down by an early lead at 1-0. It's Shivers' line back out there. He's set to take the face-off. He'll lose it back. Poked through and past Reed Humphreys down into the Hawks zone. Humphreys picks it up on the near side, wheels it around the net. He's got it on the far side, passes up to Kingery. He chips it across to Ottengana. Ottengana to Shivers. Now the Hawks have it in the offensive zone. Shivers pokes it down. In the corner fighting for it is the Malemutes. Knocked down by the high stick. That'll have a stoppage in play. Hawks have it in the Malemute zone for the first time tonight. 2 minutes into the game. Keep the same line out there as the Malemutes get a change. Trenton Spears line out there. He's centering number 43, Deondrick Henderson. And the Hawks will win it back. Humphreys tries to poke it through, picked up by Spears. He has it behind the Lathrop net. Passes across to the far side. Now Lathrop carries it into the neutral zone. Passed across to Victorino. He carries it into the Hawks zone. Got it in the corner, chipped out. Now Ottengana tries to make a play on it. He'll lose it to Spears. He chips it down into the Hawks D zone. In the corner, centering pass. Bollinger got it with the leg pad. Now the Hawks have possession. Ottengana on the near side, tries to pass across. Broken up by Spears. Henry gets a piece of it and dumps it in as the Hawks get a change. Passed across to Victorino. Victorino has it on the near side for the Malemutes. He passes up to Henderson. Henderson carries it across the red. Now he's in the Hawks D zone. Wheels it around Humphreys, but Humphreys makes the check to knock him off the puck. Chipped up to Squires. Squires on the hash marks with it, battling. Dumped back in for Henderson. Henderson and Humphreys battling for the puck. Squires came down to help. Now it's chipped out to the Malemutes and back into the zone. Around to the far side. Reed Humphreys has it. He'll pass it up to Isaiah Squires. He gets a piece of it, and it gets down into the Malemutes defensive zone. Passed back up. Zweifel has it on the hash marks. Carries it in, steps past two Malemutes defenders before being knocked off the puck. Collected by Gillespie on the point, but now Spears has it, and he'll try to chip it through. Ottengana went for a hit, almost knocked him off the puck. Now it's dumped into the Hawks zone. Scott on the far side with it. Malemutes end up with possession. They've got it back to the D. Tried to pass in front, broken up by Gillespie, and out to the far point. Now the Malemutes pass it across. On the top, shot is blocked by Riley Scott. Still kept inside the zone. Now it's chipped out and knocked out by the Lathrop defender and eventually finds its way into the neutral zone. And the Malemutes will have to clear. Now it's dumped back in behind the net. Bollinger behind the net, plays it. Picked up by Noah Gillespie. Malemutes get a change. Up to Kingery in the neutral zone. He's got possession. Tries to chip it through. Three Malemutes defenders over there knock him off the puck. Now it's on the near side, picked up by JP Nix and dumped out of play into the Malemutes bench. I don't know about you, Jaden, but the Hawks, to me it looks like the Hawks have been struggling defensively in this opening part of this first period.
I agree with you, and I also think, you know, in the D zone, they're getting close to the blue line, they just can't get it out. That's one of the big things. You got to get to the neutral zone so you can attack.
Yeah.
Not too many chances offensively so far.
You don't want to play with it as much on that blue line.
Right.
Carried into the zone for the Hawks. Kingery loses it to the Lathrop defender. Tried to chip out, almost kept in by Reed Humphreys, now it's in the air. Picked up by Ottengana, chipped to Kingery. Kingery steps through a defender, now he's got it in the corner. It's Victorino down there with him, as Kingery battled for it. Now picked up by Victorino on the near side, pass to the wing. Shivers picks it up and dumps it behind the net. Kingery's the first guy to it on the far side. He's got possession, fighting two Lathrop defenders. Tries to chip it through, stopped by a skate. Ottengana gets it up to Humphreys, and Humphreys has it on the blue. He fires a shot that's way over the net. Around to the far side, Nix can't quite keep it in, so it's in the neutral zone for the Hawks. Across to Humphreys. Humphreys steps in and fires one that's just wide of the net. Around to Victorino of the Malemutes. He has it on the hash marks. He's looking to pass it out, looks for some time, steps behind his net, passes up to the far side. Gets it past Humphreys, but it's collected by Squires and dumped back in. Now the Hawks go back on the forecheck. Riley Scott, first guy down there. Malemutes get it out to the blue. Squires is there to stop it. He chips it just past. Now Scott has it. They're at the top of the circle, and it's dumped back into the corner. Victorino picks it up again for the Malemutes. He's got it behind his own net. Now he carries it to the middle, starts a rush for the Malemutes up the ice. He's got it across the red. He's got it on the far side. On the corner, fires one on Bollinger that's saved with the pad. Zweifel flips it out to Squires. Squires fighting for it on the blue. Now it's dumped back in, and into the center. They fire a shot from the slot. They score. That was number 43, DeAndre Henderson. And very similar to that first goal, wheeled off the hatch marks and passed right to the slot.
Two open guys in front of the net. You can't expect them to stop that one.
Defensively, the Hawks really need to find that guy in the open slot. They're committing a lot of guys to those forwards on the hash marks, and that's leading a trailer to come in and have a wide open shot on the tender.
You know, I kind of saw on that one, forwards getting caught high in the zone, just no one picking up sticks.
Shivers wins the faceoff back to Humphreys, and Humphreys will dump it to Shivers. Now Tyler Shivers carries it into the zone. Wheels around the Lathrop defender, tries to pass to the middle. It's off a skate and just misses the net. Tyler Shivers dumps it up, picked up on the blue by Kingery. He dumps it to the far side. Henderson has it on the corner, tries to pass it out. Kingery just misses keeping it in. The Hawks will have to clear the zone. Malemutes pass it up, stopped by Hayden Shivers. Kingery slips it through to Tyler Shivers right in the middle. Now Shivers slips it through. He's got it in the corner. Fighting there is Trenton Spears. He knocks Shivers off the puck. Ottengana looks to forecheck as it's dumped around and picked up by Henderson on the far side. Henderson passes it out, stopped by Humphreys with the skate. Reed Humphreys carries it to the middle. He loses it, but now picks it up in the slot. He fires a shot that's wide of the net. Humphreys had a wide open shot in front, but just missed the net by a couple inches. Now Trenton Spears has it on the far side. Nice back check by Humphreys to knock him off the puck. Picked up by Zweifel and dumped into the neutral zone. Squires dumps it all the way in for the Hawks, and now Riley Scott will forecheck. He looks to knock one of the Lathrop defenders off, and his pass to the middle, now stopped by Scott. Scott to Zweifel in the center. Zweifel stops, tries to get a shot, and he's knocked out the puck. Skated up the ice and into the Hawks zone. Hayden Shivers makes a move. It's gotten around him. Now it's behind the Hawks net. Passed right in front and a leg pad save by Bollinger. Gillespie chips it out to Squires. Squires to Scott. Now Scott has it in the neutral zone on a 2-on-1 for the Hawks. He dumps it into the corner. Rifles forechecking on Victorino. He knocks him off the puck. Recollected by Victorino and passed out of the zone. Up to Dante Curtis. Across the blue line for the Malemutes. Gillespie goes for a hit. Malemutes retain possession, but then cough it up to Kingery. Now Kingery moves to the neutral zone for the Hawks. Steps through a defender, chipped out, collected by Ottengana. 3-on-2 for the Hawks here. Ottengana tries to pass to Shivers, just kept in the zone by Gillespie. Now he fires one that's wide of the net. Hawks having some trouble finding the net on these plays. They're taking some shots, but they're not hitting the net. Around to Morales. He dumps it out and all the way down for an icing call. Halfway through the first period here, a good time to remind you that one of our sponsors is Snowfire Gardens and Ace Waterworld. If you're interested in sponsoring the broadcast, please see Lisa Humphreys or Isaac Smolden for information or email us at houstonhawkhockey@gmail.com. Tyler Shivers out to take the face-off against Spears. Now it's around and collected on the point by Gillespie. He dumps it in, but it's picked up by Trenton Spears. He passes it up the ice. A shot on net for the Malemutes. Bollinger makes a save, but he doesn't know where it is. He has to freeze it in front of the net. Hawks have had some offensive chances, but they haven't seemed to be able to put the puck on net this game.
You know, that's what it's going to take in this game, especially against a big physical team like Lathrop. You got to get pucks to the net. Even if it's from the point, they're not getting the looks that they want. And even in front of the net, they're not getting those shots off. At some point, you got to get it firing.
Yeah, deking's all great and all, but at some point, you got to let the puck come off your stick. Lathrop won the faceoff, and now they have it around on the far side. Hayden Shivers picks it up behind the net, passes around to Squires. Squires chips it out to Zweifel. It's in Zweifel's skates and picked up by Lathrop, and now back into the Hawks zone. On the top of the circle, a shot is made on Bollinger that he just catches with the glove. Lathrop will get a change here. Houston will keep the same line out.
You know, you saw the Hawks physical in the beginning of that period, but it's kind of gone away.
Hawks were definitely hitting early, but it seems like they've slowed down a bit. Picking up the physical play is one thing that will definitely help them to get this game back under control. Lathrop has it in the center of the ice, and they carry it into the Hawks zone. Humphreys pokes the puck away. They try to get it out, but it's just kept in by Lathrop. Story of the night so far. Around behind the net is Hayden Shivers. He's got the puck. Now it's over to Squires. Squires chips it up to Zweifel. Zweifel tries to chip it through, just kept in the zone. Around and behind the net. Reed Humphreys is back there. He loses the puck. Around to Squires again. Squires chips it back to Humphreys. Humphreys now on the near side. Looks to break it out. He flips it up and out of the zone. It's collected by Victorino in the neutral zone. Zweifel gets it off the skate to Squires. Squires looks to dump it in. The Hawks will get a change. Tyler Shivers' line is out there as it's dumped into the Hawks zone. Hayden Shivers picks it up on the far side. Passes out, intercepted by the Malemutes and carried back into the zone. Shivers again with the dump out. This time he gets out to Victorino, and he'll dump it back into the Hawks zone. Humphreys has it on the near side. Looks to pass up to Ottengana. Ottengana chips it through. Possible 2-on-1, but Victorino collected it before Shivers or Kingery could get it. Now it's dumped back in. Rabazzo has it on the far side. Pass to the middle. Knocked off a skate. Now Kingery carries it up. He's got it past one of the Lathrop defenders, and he's got a 2-on-1, but it's knocked off his stick by number 16, Christian Nattenball. And Zachary Heron will make a save. We'll have a stoppage in play. Hawks just cannot clear the zone in this first period.
Lathrop is flying. They got to kind of match their intensity. I think they came out a little bit flat. They're looking a little bit better in the second half of this period. They got to get more shots on net, though.
Yeah, for sure. Tyler Shivers takes the face-off against Trenton Spears. Lefts will blow it dead. We're going to have two new centers.
I did not see that close side forward going into the circle area. I don't know what.
Don't know. Looks like one of the refs saw him sneaking up behind. Shivers just keeps it in the zone to keep it on sides, but now Lathrop picks it up and dumps it into the neutral zone. Henderson on the far side, knocked off the puck by J.P. Nix, but it's picked up by Spears deep in the Hawks zone. Gillespie back there fighting him for it. He's got him pinned against the boards. Over to Tyler Shivers behind his own net. He's got it and chips it back to Gillespie. Gillespie up to Ottengana. Now Ottengana carries it out. Carries it across the red. Looks to pass it across off a stick and down into the zone. Carried around the net. Kingery's forechecking there. Lathrop passes up to Henderson. Kept in the zone by Zweifel. He tries to step through. Knocked off his stick. Puck still at the blue line. Gillespie looks to dump it in, and he does.
Great effort by Gillespie there to keep that in.
Zweifel in front of the net. Wheeled around to the far side to Henderson. Henderson on the blue and into the neutral zone. He's got it dumped in. Another stop by Gillespie. Lathrop will get a line change, and the Hawks will have a little bit time to break it out. Riley Scott tries to pass it to the middle. It's intercepted in the middle, but JP Nix levels Henderson in the middle to stop that play from turning into a shot. Now Zweifel has it, tries to step through. He's got it on the hash marks. Fires to the middle. That's just wide of the net. Isaiah Squires gets beat to the puck. Pass to the middle to Scott. Scott dumps it in. Hawks will clear and now go on the forecheck. Zweifel moves behind the net. Wheeled around by Victorino. Victorino maintains the puck and passes it out. Now Malemutes have it at the center. They're way off sides, and they'll have to clear the zone. Humphreys behind the net. Wheels it around the near side, now carries it up the middle. Gets around one of the Lathrop forwards, and he's into the zone. Hawks will get a change. It's Humphreys versus the entire Lathrop team out there right now. He'll lose it on the far side to Victorino. Carried up the hash mark. Victorino across, now into the middle. Humphreys picks it up, and he's just off sides. As Ottengana was in the corner, didn't quite make it out in time.
Very close there.
Let's go, boys.
Starting to see some life from these Houston Hawks. Big hit by JP Nix there in the middle.
And that's what it's going to take to get him started. A couple big hits, a couple nice shots, maybe even pop a goal. You're back in this game.
Oh yeah, one shot, one goal here.
Shivers to take the face-off against Rizabo of the Malemutes in the neutral zone. He wins it back to Humphreys, and Humphreys tries to dump it in. Stopped by Kingery's leg and now dumped back into the Hawks zone. Humphreys picks it up, passes across to Hayden Shivers. Shivers carries it into his corner, chips it up. It's picked up by Ottengana on the blue. Ottengana stalls with it a bit. Now he carries it to the middle. He's got it around three of the Lathrop skaters, eventually dumps it in. Now it's behind the net. Ottengana, first guy there, dumped out into the middle. Nice tip, and now Lathrop will carry it out into the neutral zone. He gets past Humphreys. Now he's moving in. Kingery's back checking. He'll knock him off the puck, and the shot will go wide of the net. Around to the far side. Shot on net, saved by Bollinger. Now Shivers picks it up in the middle. Carries it up. It's a 3-on-2 for the Hawks. Passes over to Kingery. Kingery loses the puck to Victorino. Lathrop maintains possession and gets it out of the zone. Into the Hawks corner now. JP Nix is the only defender in. Pass to the middle.
Nice
Good
stick.
play by Ottengana to lift the stick. Fired around to the far side. Bollinger caught a piece of it, and it's out of play. 2:10 remaining in this first period. If you're the Hawks, you're definitely looking for a goal. Defensive zone face-off. Zweifel's line is out there against Trenton Spears' line. That's him centering Henderson and Wood. Zweifel and Spears tied up in the middle. Now it's dumped into the zone. Picked up by Gillespie. Gillespie over to Riley Scott. Scott across, intercepted on the point by Wood. Wood dumps it in wide of the net. Bollinger's out behind his net to play that puck, as now it's picked up by Henderson. He's knocked off the puck by Gillespie. Passed up to Isaiah Squires. He passes across to Scott, who will just miss it with the stick, and it's dumped back in. JP Nix behind the net to get the puck. Got it on the far side, pass up to Squires. Squires across to Zweifel. Zweifel and Scott move up the near side. Now they're into the zone. Zweifel fires one that's up and over. Behind the net, Scott forechecking. Tries to poke it off, stopped by Squires. Squires looks to dump it back in off a skate. Now it's picked up and passed across to Henderson. Henderson across the blue. Passes up to Trenton Spears, and now he's in the zone for Lathrop. In the corner with it. Tries to stuff it near side, deflected over the net. In the middle now, Henderson fighting for it with Scott. Scott looking to lift the stick. Passes across, and now deep into the Hawks zone. Gillespie has it behind the net. Tries to pass it to the middle off a skate. Tyler Shivers picks it up in the middle, passes to Riley Scott. Back to Tyler Shivers, and the Hawks will get a line change. Shivers dumps it all the way in. Bit of a weird bounce handled by Heron, the Lathrop goalie. Over and across. Shivers in the corner fighting for it. Chipped past him. Ottengana going for it. Now it's chipped past him as well. Lathrop tries to pick it up. They've got it in the neutral zone. Cross the red into the Hawks zone. Chipped past Hayden Shivers. He'll try to tie up the man, but it's collected in the corner by Lathrop. They've got it on the far side. Fighting forward is now Hayden Shivers. Behind the net. And into the near side. Two Hawks defenders in that corner. Tyler Shivers in front of the net to watch for that slot pass. Off Humphrey's skate and fires one, and Bollinger makes a great leg pad save off of the rebound. Over to Blake Rogers. Rogers over to Ottengana. Goes past his stick. Ottengana misses the puck. Now Lathrop carries it back in. Step to the middle. Fired a shot on net and a save by Bollinger. Just 2 seconds remain in this first period. We'll have a defensive
2 big saves by Riley there.
For real, though, that first one went off of Humphrey's skates, and it was another shot from the slot. That time Bollinger got the better of it. Came up with a great leg pad. So now out there is Tompkins of Lathrop facing off against Austin Zweifel. Zweifel wins the faceoff back to Humphreys. Humphreys dumps it around, and that'll be the end of the first period. So stay tuned. We'll have your first intermission stats, and then, of course, your second period puck drop. It's the Houston High Hockey live broadcast. We're heading into the second period. Hawks 0, Lathrop 2.
Are you the fly that's on the wall? You can't be caught, you'll never fall. Hiding in secrets from us all. Who can you trust? Who will you call? There was a time you could do you. Now all you do is people watch. You people watch, that's all you do. You loved and lost, you people watch. Everybody's people watching, everybody's punch clocking, waiting for the moonwalk to take them back to dance them away. Everybody shadow boxing, don't you wanna stop, drop, and roll till the whole thing burns like you earned the flame. It's all the same. Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Woo! How can you sleep? How will you die? When this is how you live your life. You see the world while locked inside. It's just a flash before your eyes. We don't know why we can't break through if all we do is people watch. You people watch, that's all you do. You loved and lost, you people watch.
Welcome back to the Houston High Hockey live broadcast game between the Hawks and the Malemutes here in Wasilla. First period stats for you. For the Hawks, no goals, 2 shots, no penalty minutes, and 6 face-off wins. For Lathrop, they had 2 goals in the period, 8 shots, no penalty minutes, and 2 face-off wins. Hawks definitely came out a little bit slow. I don't know about you, Jaden, but it looked like it took them a little bit to start to get into the game.
No, you definitely saw them coming to life second half of that first period. You know, a few big hits in the beginning. I thought they came out kind of strong, and then they kind of proved me wrong. Not getting shots to the net, not getting good opportunities in the offensive zone.
You know, the 2 goals that Lathrop did score, 2 shots right in front of the net. I don't know if you can really fault the goalie Riley Bollinger for those. I mean, his defense kind of left him hanging out to dry for that half of the period. He's had to make about 4 saves from the slot. 2 of them obviously went in, and it's just, you know, when you got a 1-on-0 right in front of your goalie, I mean, what are you going to do? You gotta get on your team defensively, tell them to position themselves a little better to avoid those.
And that's got to be a subject in the locker room for Coach Stiers. I mean, defensively, you got to be picking up sticks in that D zone, especially when it's a broken play. You can't give up on it. There's always guys just kind of floating around. Not so much man on man, but you got to be aware of what's going on behind you.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Hawks have also struggled a little bit to clear the zone defensively, and when they were dogging it for a little bit, when they're coming out slow, that's really what I noticed is they get the puck up at the blue line, and then they just couldn't chip it out. They couldn't make that play, trying to make moves. I mean,
you know, what I'd like to see is a little bit more maybe glass out from the defenseman, especially when you don't really have anywhere to go in the middle of the ice. Just a nice chip off the glass, get it to the next level. you know, a lot of guys think that making a move at the blue line is smart. It's not in this league.
You know, and one of the biggest defenders that I've seen for Lathrop tomorrow has got to be number 9, Victorino, Adam Victorino. I mean,
he is a workhorse. He has been out. He has been logging some minutes for those guys in the DN.
I mean, Hawks dump it out 90% of the time. It gets out of the zone, and that's the guy I see picking it up, just skating it around.
Absolutely, no. He's actually been getting up in the play a little bit too, which is what you like to see from a defenseman. It reminds you a lot of Reed. Reed Humphreys gets up in the play. You don't mind to see him carry it every once in a while. It's good. It's effective.
You know, I think if you're Lathrop, I don't change anything right now.
No.
Maybe pick up the physical play, but their boys have come out ready to play, and the Hawks definitely showed some signs of life. I think that second half of the period, they buckled down, they started to get it done. Now I'd just like to see a little bit harder forechecking and definitely some more shots on goal.
You know, another thing I did notice about this Lathrop team is that they move the puck really well from the D zone to the neutral zone. Very smooth breakouts. Doesn't matter how the Hawks are forechecking. You see them coming up the wing, and there's always a guy cutting through the middle, streaking to the zone. That's what you like to see. What I would like is for the Hawks to, you know, decent breakout, hit the guy streaking, get it deep and grind them out.
Yeah, and just start firing shots on net. I mean,
absolutely.
The Zachary Heron for Lathrop, he hasn't been really challenged at all in this first period.
No,
I'd like to see some of these guys come in and start firing some shots, even if they're from the points. You know, just start getting them on net.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we're about 5 minutes away from drop of the puck for the second period. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Houston High Hockey live broadcast. It's the Hawks versus the Lathrop Malemutes.
Back from the bottom, straight to the top. Roll that sucker till the wheels break off. I don't mind a dusty door. Drop you like a rock and leave you comatose. Preach from the up and I come from the tip. Split your big lip, then I do it again. Steady ride, steady go. Steady sheep been such a long time ago. Steady ride, steady go. Steady sheep been such a long time ago. Woo! Put on the red light. Keep the roses on the cake. Put on the red light. I can tell that you're on the break. It could be the second coming now. Where you gonna run to now? You didn't think that I could make it. I was underestimated.
Mind over matter, no matter over mind. I'm breaking barricades and borderlines. Never cautious or the warning sign. I'm out to overpower anything y'all try to undermine. I'm a living legend on the track. That institution on the field. Natural born warrior. The Coliseum know the deal. But when I started, walls they were closing in. Underestimated, now I'm overthrowing them. Riding like the chariots, the fire gates are opening. Don't know who's chosen for the podium. You're looking at the true and living.
You didn't think that I could make it. I was underestimated.
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. You're all the reason why I stay motivated, while my team flag stays elevated.
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. Game time, every win celebrated from the top. Let them know how we made it. Used to hate to confuse you, but I won't let it. MJ, how I followed through it, forever said it. Growing up, I was hard-headed and self-centered. I always knew I deserved more, I just had to get it. Got it, good, I'm great. Call me ever the great. Everything for the win, a loser couldn't relate. Overtime in the gym, my man handled the weight. I waited a long time for my time, give me a plate. Born to create, give me life, give me buzz. Give me money, give me peace, give me all of the above. To see the light, you need a plug. So give me health, give me wisdom, and all of the love. I'm a beast, grind hard, the paper it bring. I attack, bob weave, I'm good in the ring. Up north, wild boys and crazier things. Must I remind you in the presence of Canadian kings? Play a salute.
But when I started, walls they were closing in. Underestimated, now I'm overthrowing them. Riding like the chariots, the fire gates are opening. Don't know who's chosen for the podium. First album, certified classic. Last album, borderline magic, stimulated your brain cells, shocked your chakras. Fuse hip-hop, rock with operas. Realest rappers in Toronto love to see me in the booth. Baddest stallions love to see me in a suit. Salute, proof, Galloway the God again. Here go the God again. Lyrical, spiritual, bring the Dalai Lama in. I could never die. 2 rap Junos nominated for a Gemini. Started with a symphony, the sum is still a mystery. Keep making records, I'ma keep on making history. But when I started, walls they were closing in. Underestimated, now I'm overthrowing them. Riding like the chariots, the fire gates are opening. Y'all know who's chosen for the podium, you're looking at the
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. Game time, every win celebrated from the top. Let them know how we made it.
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. You're all the reason why I stayed motivated, while my team flag stays elevated.
Welcome back to the Houston High Hockey live radio broadcast here from the Menard Sports Center in Wasilla, Alaska. Hawks down right now by a score of 2-0 against Lathrop. They're looking to turn around here in the second, get things a little bit closer. And I think that means a big part of that's going to be coming out and taking some bodies to start with. I think that's step number one.
You know what? What I thought in the first period, the Hawks were kind of taking the body and not so much worrying about the which sometimes can bite you. I think we need to get the puck deep and try to get stuff to the front of the net for a solid shot.
Yeah. No penalties so far in the game. It's been pretty clean. We'll see if that changes here in a second. Tyler Shivers' line is out there to start the period. He's out there with Kingery and Ottengana. Out there for Lathrop is number 10, Justin Morales. Number 8, Jagan Natural. And centering is number 24, Andres Rosabo. He wins it back, and it's dumped across to Shivers. It gets over his stick and is dumped down into the Hawks zone. Humphreys loses an edge. It's picked up by Shivers and is around to the hash marks. Now Kingery passes across to Shivers. Shivers loses it back. Picked up by Hayden Shivers as he tries to chip it to the neutral zone. Ty Kingery fighting for it on the boards. Now Hayden Shivers has it stalled on the blue. 3 Hawk skaters in there fighting for it. 2 of Lathrop's. Eventually picked up by Kingery, now wheeled around. He's got a path to the net here. Kingery steps to the middle, fires one, and it's knocked aside by the blocker of Heron. Great shot there for the Hawks as Kingery came in and ripped one top right. Even better save by Zachary Heron to knock it away. Amy Hughes has it behind her own net. She passes up. Kingery on the boards fighting for it. It's chipped out of the zone. Now Andres Rosabo has it. Picked up by Tyler Shivers. Back to his brother and across to Reed Humphreys. Humphreys on the far side. Chips it out to Tyler Shivers in the neutral zone. They've got a 3-on-2 now. Shivers steps to the middle. Around to the far side. He's got a wide open shot. He fires one. They score! Tyler Shivers with the first home goal of the season for the Hawks. He wheeled it around to the Lathrop defenders and fired one near side on the goalie, Zachary Heron. And that is just what the Hawks needed early in the second period.
Absolute vision from Tyler Shivers to pick it up and wheel it down. Beautiful shot right over the shoulder of that goalie.
And he had Ty Kingery backdoor. I think it was a great shot because you know that goalie's thinking that he's got that guy backdoor. Defenders playing the pass. That's when you got room and you sneak one in just like Shivers did.
You got him thinking about it.
So that's the proximity goal. That brings us down to 1. Hawks still down, but they're a little bit closer. And they now win the face-off and maintain the puck in the neutral zone. Picked up by Noah Gillespie, and he dumps it all the way in. Hawks go on the forecheck. Isaiah Squires behind the Lathrop net, wheeled around, tried to pass up. Now Victorino wheels back behind his own net. Riley Scott moves in to take him out of there. Victorino steps to the middle. He's got it at the blue and passes out. Across to Henderson. Henderson dumps it in. Now Wood on the far side for Lathrop. He's met there by J.P. Nix, who delivers a crushing check that knocks him to the ground. Now Isaiah Squires gets on the action and knocks Spears to the ground, and now Nix knocks Wood to the ground again. It's an absolute yard sale in the corner right now. Eventually picked up by Spears. Nix went for the hit, that time missed him. Now Spears has it behind the net. Got it in the far corner. Met there by Gillespie. Gillespie, good job to pin him to the boards. Scott moving in to help out. Now Gillespie has it in the corner. Zweifel moves in, knocks him off the puck. Lathrop keeps it just in the zone. Victorino to the middle. Deflected and a save by Bollinger.
Oh, a little extracurriculars there.
Spears is going in and just throwing mitts at everyone. He's in there like...
Oh, and referee Stan George taking them both.
He's going to take Nix and Spears off the ice. I mean, in that situation, you're a ref. I mean, you can't let, Spears get away with that when he's just out there just flailing his arms.
He's just making an example out of him.
Yeah, you're not going to just take one guy for that. You got to take at least someone from Houston. That someone is J.P. Nix. So coincidental penalties. Well, it's 5-on-5 hockey still. Defensive zone face-off. Shivers in there taking the face-off against Tyler Tompkins of and Shivers wins it back. Over to Humphreys, who carries it around his net. Humphreys on the far side, passed out to Kai Kingery. Kingery carries it into the zone. He's got Ottengana, fires far side, and it's deflected up and over the net.
First against Houston, number 44,
Hawks have come out really strong here in the opening part of the second period. This is exactly what you wanted to see from them. Nice shots on net, couple good hits. It's exactly what you need when you're down by 2 goals in this situation.
Bit of a late change there on the Lathrop end.
So now Wood will take the face-off for Lathrop. One back to his defenseman. That's Amy Hughes, passed around the net. Hughes behind her own net, carries it around, looks to pass up. She circles around instead. She's met by Tyler Shivers. Eventually passes it to the far side, where it's picked up by Jameson Boynton. Fighting for it in the hash marks is Kai Kingery. Chipped down. Almost kept in by Hayden Shivers, but poked through. Now Lathrop will start an odd man rush. Humphreys back, fired a shot that's just wide of the net. Bollinger was a little out of position, but the puck missed the far post. Across, and now up to Henderson on the blue. Henderson carries it in, but it's picked up by Humphreys. Humphreys chips it to Ottengana. Ottengana in the corner, passes it out to Shivers, who misses it. Now picked up by Hughes on the blue. Amy Hughes passes over to Henderson. Henderson tries to carry it in. Ottengana knocks him off the puck, but falls down in the process. Now Humphreys picks it up. He's got a 2-on-1 with Austin Zweifel. Humphreys to Zweifel. Zweifel's in front. He shoots. He scores! Austin Zweifel with the equalizer. And the Hawks have tied it up with 11:49 remaining in the second period. Great play by Humphreys as the puck got out of Houston's zone, and it was picked up on the near blue by Humphreys, who had a 2-on-1. Great pass, even better goal by Zweifel to get Heron out of position.
Bit of a broken play in front of the net. I'm surprised Zweifel got that back on his stick.
No, he definitely lost it in front, but it almost worked to his benefit. It was like a deke. The goalie sprawled out for it, and Zweifel had a lot of open net on the far side.
Absolutely.
Zweifel wins it back to Hayden Shivers. Fighting for it in the neutral zone now. It's picked up, and now dumped back to Victorino. Victorino in the middle. Carries it across the blue. He's in the slot. Past Hayden Shivers' stick and into the corner. Picked up by Squires. Squires back to Hayden Shivers. Shivers around. On the far side is now Scott with the puck. Scott back to Shivers. Shivers on the near side, flips it out of the zone. Picked up by Riley Scott. He carries it across the red. He's through Victorino, but he's knocked off the puck. Now it's in the corner. Zweifel fighting for it. Up, and now picked up by Lathrop on their own blue. Passed across, but intercepted by Noah Gillespie. And he'll try to chip it back in, and he does. It's behind the Lathrop net. Victorino on the near side. He's got some room. Carries it to the middle. Now he passes it up. Gillespie has it on his own blue. He tries to chip it up, but intercepted by Lathrop, then it's offsides. So now Ottengana has it in the middle for the Hawks. Carries it across the blue. Steps to the far side. Poked off the stick by Victorino. Picked up by number 10, Justin Morales. And now the Hawks have it on their own blue. Hayden Shivers tries to pass the middle. Knocked off by Morales. Picked up by Kingery. Chipped to Ottengana. Ottengana in the middle. Pass over to Shivers. It's off the stick into the corner. Now Shivers tries to chip it to the middle. Gets behind the net, and it's picked up by Victorino. Victorino out of the zone for the Malemutes. He carries it across the red. Got it on the blue. Knocked off the puck by Humphreys and picked up by Kingery. Kingery over to Shivers off his skate. And we're going to have a too many men on the ice penalty, it looks like, on Lathrop. Either that or offsides. Bit of confusion over here about what's going on.
They're looking for someone from the ice here. They're asking for someone from the ice, so it must be a 6-man penalty.
Yeah, the play did happen right in front of Lathrop's line change. So they are taking one from the ice. It's going to be a 2-minute power play for the Hawks, the first power play of the game.
Well, now we have a linesman in here trying to figure out what's going on. That seems like...
Lathrop was not happy about the call. So it looks like it's going to be served by number 3, Oleg Vasilik. The Hawks will have an offensive zone faceoff and a 2-minute power play with 10:18 remaining in the second. And after just tying it up, you got to know they're looking for the momentum here to build off of this early second period success.
Let's see if they can get that power play set up like they've been wanting to.
Tyler Shivers takes the faceoff against Andres Rizako. One to the side, picked up by Rizako. He has it. He tries to pass it up, but it's intercepted by Humphreys. Humphreys to Ottengana. Ottengana chips it up, but it's collected by the Malemutes and sent all the way down. Looks like Wood of the Malemutes going to be the first player into the zone, and it's sumped around by Bollinger. Collected on the point by Rizako. Now Ottengana stops it with his skate. Lathrop controls it. They've got it in the middle. Shot on Bollinger, save, and another shot goes wide of the net. Rizako on the far side. He's got it, chips it over to Ottengana. Ottengana now has it, passes up to Kingery. Kingery steps into the zone, he loses an edge, and it's turned over. In the middle now, Ottengana misses the poke check, collected by Humphreys on the red and carried back in. Hawks have got to set up the power play here. They've had it mostly in their zone so far. On the far side is Humphreys, off the ref skate. Now Kingery pokes it through, up to Tyler Shivers on the point. Shivers down to Kingery. Kingery on the hash, deep into the corner. He's got it, wheels it around, back up to Shivers. Shivers to Humphreys on the point. Humphreys across to Ottengana. Ottengana's got a shot. He fires one that's over the net. Shivers on the far side. Passes up to Humphreys off the skate. Humphreys dumps it back down. Picked up by Kingery. Kingery tries to step through, gets past, and now he's behind the net. Kingery back up to Tyler Shivers. Shivers across to Gillespie. Gillespie misses the poke check. Now Lathrop will carry it the other way. Ottengana moves in. He knocks it off the puck. And it's dumped back. Picked up by Nacho.
Almost a poor change on Houston's part there.
Now Zweifel has it behind the net for the Hawks. Tries to pass it up to Scott. Knocked off his stick and back into the zone for the Malemutes. Shot on net is saved by Bollinger and knocked out of play. Only 16 seconds remaining in the Hawks power play, and definitely not one of their better ones.
You know, you did see them getting it set up for a second, but then they're kind of lackadaisical on the D end. Kind of guys got not hustling back on the back check there.
Yeah, Lathrop definitely had possession for a while, and they did get it set up once they had it in Lathrop's end, but they just weren't able to fire any shots on net off of it. They kind of passed it around the edges, but they weren't able to work it to the middle or get any shots from the point, and that's what you're really looking for off of one of these power plays. So now Zweifel takes the face-off and wins it back. It's dumped around for Squires on the far side. Squires loses it to Henderson, dumped into the zone, picked up by Gillespie. Gillespie dumps it down into the zone, off of a stick, and no icing on the play. Squires behind the net fighting for it. So is Scott. Eventually it's dumped all the way down and into the Hawks zone. Lathrop's full strength, so we're back to 5-on-5, 8-12 remaining in the second period. JP Nix is back out for the Hawks. He dumps it off the boards, but it's collected on the point. Now Zweifel goes to stop the shot. It's glanced off of him. Nix is knocked down from behind, and we're going to have a penalty against the Malemutes for an elbow on Trenton Spears.
I don't know if it's so much an elbow besides a check from behind. At least I didn't really see the elbow come up there.
It definitely was from behind. I think the ref's logic here is, you know, it wasn't so egregious as a check from behind, so you're looking to give him something that's going to get him a power play, but not something that's going to have him off the ice for more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, especially not being close to the boards, open ice hit like that. That's kind of understandable.
Yeah. So right after the Hawks' power play, they'll go right back on it, looking for a little bit better of a power play from the one before. Shivers wins it back, up to Humphreys on the point. Now he wheels it around. Humphreys dumps it down, but there's no one there. Picked up by Lathrop and iced all the way down. And now number 24, Andres Rizzaco of Lathrop, is the first one to the zone. Bollinger passes it around to Ottengana, collected by Victorino on the point. Now Tyler Shivers has it in the middle. He steps through Lathrop. He's got it in the near side. Fires one right into the stomach of Zachary Heron for the save.
Tyler Shivers going logo hunting there.
For sure, that was right into the gut of the Lathrop goalie. But the Hawks will have an offensive zone face-off here. You gotta hope to set it up here right off the face-off. I mean, once you start getting them cycling, you get those defenders out of position. That's when you can start getting those goals. Shivers wins it back to Hayden Shivers. Hayden Shivers dumps it all the way in. Kingery has it behind the net now. Kingery on the far side, across, and Lathrop collects it and dumps it all the way down. Bollinger behind his net, gets it to Humphreys. Now Humphreys takes his time. Leaves it for Tyler Shivers, and Shivers wheels it around the far side. Tyler Shivers up the ice, across the red. He looks to carry it into the offensive zone, and he does. Now leaves it for Ottengana. Ottengana on the near point, across to Humphreys. Humphreys tries to pass back to Ottengana, almost knocked off a stick. Now Ottengana to the middle, and it just rolls wide of the net. No one could get a stick on it. Tyler Shivers tries to poke it through, collected by Lathrop, and almost a 2-on-1 as it was poked through, but wide of the Lathrop offenseman. Collected by Humphreys behind his net. 48 seconds remain in the Hawk power play. Humphreys to the middle. Carries it across the red, across the blue. He's got a chance for a shot. To the far side. Fires one that's just over the net.
I think I saw a piece of blocker there.
Yeah, it looked like the goalie just caught a piece of it. Shivers back to Kingery. Kingery loses it in the corner. He's fighting Amy Hughes for it. Now back there is Zweifel to assist. One of them looks to dig it out, but it's collected by Hughes and poked up. Collected by Riley Scott, but he tries to center it to the point, and it gets all the way down the ice. 17 seconds remaining in the Hawks power play. Looks like there's not going to be much else that happens for the Hawks on it as it's dumped back into the zone by Lathrop. Behind the net is Gillespie. Leaves it for Hayden Shivers. Shivers up to Zweifel, and now Lathrop will go full strength. Zweifel loses it back to Hayden Shivers. Hayden Shivers carries it to the middle. Now the Hawks have a potential 3-on-2 as Hayden Shivers steps into the zone. Knocked off his stick by Jagan Nathwell. Now Nathwell carries it up and into the Hawks zone. 3-on-2 for Lathrop. Pass to the middle. Knocked off the stick. And now up at the point is Spears as he fires one that's blocked by JP Nix. Nix ends up kicking it with the skate, and he almost beats out Lathrop to the puck, but it's eventually dumped back in. Gillespie behind the net. 5-on-5 now, 5:29 remaining in the second period. Up on the corner, pass up to Zweifel. Zweifel loses it on the blue and it's dumped back in. Squires fights for it. He gets it into the neutral zone. He's met by two Lathrop skaters, and it's carried back into the corner now. Zweifel going for a hit. Puck still on the stick. Gillespie misses the poke check. Now it's still in the corner. Gillespie pokes it out to Isaiah Squires. Squires passes across to Scott. Scott up to Zweifel, knocked off his stick by Victorino. Lathrop goes back the other way. Victorino steps in, through Nix's legs, but it gets behind the net. Victorino on the near side, chips it back to Spears. Spears in the far corner, fires one, saved by Bollinger, and we're gonna have a whistle for something. And it's gonna be a penalty on number 18, Austin Zweifel, for cross-checking.
And I did not see that penalty.
You know, I think I saw it right at the tail end. Zweifel was in front of the net. I did see one of the Lakers go down. Looked like he might have been pushed from the back. I'm going to assume that's what...
I thought he was swimming. It looked like he was swimming.
Oh, well, you know, anytime you can throw in maybe a bit of a dive to help yourself out, that's nothing. But then again, if you're caught from behind, it is pretty easy to go down. In any case, Hawks will go on the penalty kill for the first time tonight, and Lathrop will take the power play. Spears loses
Good stick there by Tyler Shivers.
And now collected by Humphries on the far side. Tries to pass it out. Lathrop has it in the middle. Almost picked off by Tyler Shivers, but now it's back in the zone. Spears on the far side. Passes it across. Off a Humphrey skate, and Bollinger has to make a save off the deflection. Up at the point is Lathrop. Across. And a save is made by Bollinger. Up in the middle now. Kingery has it, and he chips it out of the zone to clear it. Victorino has it on the red. Now on his own blue, he'll wheel it around. Across the red. Into the zone. He's got it on the near side. Victorino tries to put it to the middle off the skate of Humphries. Now Spears fighting for it with Kingery. To the middle. Stopped by Hayden Shivers and iced all the way down. 1:12 remaining in the penalty kill. 4 minutes remaining in the period. Victorino has it in his own zone. He loses it to Ottengana. Ottengana's 1-0 with the goalie. He steps in, he shoots, he scores! Aiden Ottengana gets the go-ahead goal, and that's his first goal of the season. Short-handed goal for Ottengana. Keep the puck on that one, because that's one of the best first goals that you're going to see in a long time. And Lathrop will take a timeout.
Man, that one will give you goosebumps. That was a heck of a goal.
Oh my gosh, that was one of the nicest plays that I've seen all year. I mean, you know, you gotta give a little bit of credit to Lathrop's defender there. He did cough up the puck, but Ottengana has great poise. He sees the play happening, takes a step forward, knocks it off the stick, and then just goes right around the goalie, Zachary Heron, for an epic first goal.
Tell you what, he's got some potential. That was very impressive.
Oh,
saw the play happening, saw it develop, walk in, make a beautiful shot. 5-hole.
That kid's about 10 times better than me when I was a freshman.
Oh, maybe try 20 times.
That was an incredible goal. So the Hawks will take the lead for the first time tonight, and they'll take it short-handed as well. As Lathrop took a timeout. If I'm Lathrop's coach, I'm taking a timeout too. I mean, when you get 3 goals scored on you unanswered in one period here after having the lead, I mean, you got to take a pause there. What else are you going to do? You know, one thing I have noticed tonight, behind the play here at center ice, I saw George, one of the referees, go down. I've seen a lot of guys losing an edge out here tonight.
You know, it's ice. It's very slippery. You got to be careful out there. Good thing they're wearing pads, you know?
Like, I don't know what it is. Like, maybe someone had some banana peels frozen below there.
Oh, wow.
There's some standing water. Who knows? But the lines are definitely getting some tripping penalties tonight.
Yeah, they kind of rose up. They rose up for this game here.
Grabbed him by the back. Hawks still on the penalty kill, but they're up by 1. And now Shivers collects it, but shoots it into the back of his brother. So Lathrop will carry it into the zone. Kai Kingery has it, and he'll ice it all the way down. That'll buy the Hawks some time on the penalty kill. 47 seconds remain. Picked up behind her own net by Amy Hughes. She's got it in her own zone. Passed up and across. Wood tips it out. Now it's on the far side. Tyler Shivers battling for it. Dumped into the Hawks zone. Hayden Shivers on the far side. Now Lathrop has it behind the net. They look to center, knocked off by Riley Bollinger. Picked up by Kingery. They'll look to ice it here as he carries it through neutral zone, and he does all the way down.
Cross corner dump, greatest play in hockey.
Excellent poise by Kai Kingery there. Great dump. Now it's dumped back to Hayden Shivers by Lathrop. He's got lots of time. Passes it across to Humphreys. Humphreys up to Kingery on the blue, and now the Hawks will get a shot. Fired in, but wide of the net by Kingery with just 3 seconds remaining. Now it's Wood for Lathrop. He carries it up, and the Hawks are full strength. Carried in by Lathrop. Tried to step around. Isaiah Squires with the back check almost knocks him off. Right to the center, but Wood just missed the net. Amy Hughes picks it up and passes it down to Razagay. He's got it on the far side, tipped across. Now Isaiah Squires fighting for it. Behind the net, and it's collected by Humphreys on the far side. Humphreys up to Austin Zweifel. Zweifel tries to chip it through, but now it's sent back in by Lathrop. And we should have an icing on the play, but they're going to wave it off. Hayden Shivers jumps it out, but it's a high stick by Lathrop. So we're going to go all the way down for the faceoff.
That's a couple of high stick calls for them tonight. You got to keep your stick down.
Yeah, I don't think...
This isn't the National League here.
I'm not sure if they realize this, but they're actually not playing baseball tonight. They're
yeah, no.
Waving their sticks
Wrong
around.
season for baseball. A little cold outside. A little cold in here.
It is a little cold in here. Although, compared to how Big Lake's going to be tomorrow, I mean, I got to say.
I'll be in the score box tomorrow. So
I'll be on top of the score box calling the game.
Absolutely.
And while we're talking about it, just a reminder, the Hawks have 2 more games this weekend. One tomorrow night at 7, and one Saturday morning at 10. It's in the Hawks' corner now. Gillespie dumps it around. Blake Rogers out there for the Hawks. He passes up to Zweifel. Zweifel glances off his stick and back into the Lathrop zone. Goes all the way down off a misplay. Now Zweifel fighting for it. Looks to knock off the defender. Picked up by Squires. Squires tries to center off of the skate of Spears, and Squires catches a stick to the face. And we're going to have a penalty call on Lathrop. Good call there, as Squires was skating through the middle and got clotheslined by the stick of number 11, Caleb Donoski. And I don't think that was a malicious play.
No, I don't think there was any intent to it. I did see it up to the throat, though, and it sounds like he's having some trouble.
Yeah, Squires is down on the ice. That's one that's going to take a bit of time to get up from. I mean, you know, I'm not going to fault the Lathrop scaler, Donoski. I mean, he's, you know, that's kind of one of those plays where you're not really in control of your stick through no fault of your own.
Yeah, that's just a hockey play.
Yeah, but when it catches you in the throat, I mean, I can see the reason for the call. I can, you know, I could have seen going with the no call. I think you can really go either way as a ref. You have justification either way.
Absolutely.
Squires is down on the ice for a bit. He'll be able to pop up here, and he does manage to get back on his feet. So the Hawks will go on the power play for the 3rd time tonight with 1:43 remaining in the 2nd period. They've been unsuccessful so far. They've got it set up a couple of times, but they're looking for a few more shots out here this 3rd time around.
You know, you did see in that 2nd power play, they did get it set up a little bit more in the zone, and then halfway through, they just kind of started running around.
Yeah.
Not very effective.
Tyler Shivers takes the faceoff against number 55, Dante Curtis. And Shivers will lose it back, but it's picked up by his brother and center to the middle, and now it's right to Kai Kingery, who just whiffs on the shot. It's dumped all the way down. Great chance for Kingery. He almost got it off his stick. That probably would have been a goal. Around to the far side, picked up by Humphreys. Humphreys passes it across. Ottengana misses it. Now it's picked up by Victorino and dumped back in.
Hawks really need to slow it down here.
Yeah, this quick rush stuff is not working against this Lathrop defense. Lathrop's done a great job killing. They just need to take it nice and slow, get it in the zone, then get it set up. Humphreys carries it in, knocked off the stick. He jumps it on Victorino. He's got it in the corner. Knocked off the stick, now picked up by Dante Curtis. Ottengana collects, and he passes out to Humphreys. Humphreys on the point. He fires one off the blocker, and it's picked up by Ottengana. Ottengana to Humphreys. Humphreys on the slot. He fires another one to Kingery. Kingery shoots, and another save by Heron. Nice job by the Lathrop goaltender so far, as the puck gets to the middle and is iced all the way down by Lathrop. 45 seconds remaining in the period. Lathrop gets a change, and now Tyler Shivers picks it up. He's met there by Rezado. Over to Reed Humphreys. Humphreys chips it up. Collected by Lathrop's D, dumped back in. 33 seconds remain. Now Rosado's in the corner. Bollinger, he gets it back to Humphreys. That was a risky play there.
Smart play, though, if it pays off.
It did pay off. So I'll give Bollinger the credit on that one. Now Lathrop has it, and they have a 2-on-1 here. Humphreys down on the ice to block the pass. Centered, and a great save by Bollinger. My goodness. He got the leg fully extended to make that great save off the pass. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Humphreys loses the battle. Out to Spears in the middle. Now picked up by Kai Kingery. Kai Kingery tries to pass it up to Hayden Shivers. Knocked off the play by Lathrop. And Lathrop will dump it all the way down, and that'll be the end of the second period.
I'll tell you what, Isaac, that looked like a missed call to me right in the middle of the ice.
I did see that. It looked like he could have had a trip or a slap on Lathrop. But going into the third period, we had quite the turnaround. The Hawks have 3 unanswered goals right now. They'll head into the third by a score of 3-2. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with your second intermission stats and then our third period of hockey. It's the Houston iHockey live broadcast from the Menard Sports Center in Wasilla.
Across the room, across the street, I'm watching you, watching me. So is that all there is to see? Are these your only memories? Are you the fly that's on the wall? You can't be caught, you'll never fall. Hiding in secret from us all. Who can you trust? Who will you call? There was a time you could do you. Now all you do is people watch. You people watch. That's all you do. You loved and lost. You people watch. Everybody's people watching, everybody's punch clocking, waiting for the moonwalk to take them back, to dance them away. Everybody's shadow boxing, don't you wanna stop, drop and roll till the whole thing burns like you earned the flame. It's all the same. Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Woo! How can you sleep? How will you die when this is how you live your life? You see the world while locked inside. It's just a flash before your eyes. We don't know why we can't break through if all we do is people watch. You people watch, that's all you do. You loved and lost, you people watch. Everybody's people watching, everybody's punch clocking, waiting for the moonwalk to take them back, to dance them away. It's all the same. Everybody shadow boxing, don't you wanna stop, drop and roll till the whole thing burns like you earned the flame. It's all the same. A shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Woo! Shame, shame, shame. A shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame.
Back from the bottom, straight to the top. Roll that sucker till the wheels break off. Adios, mama, in a do-si-do. Drop you like a rock and leave you comatose. Preach from the hip and I cut from the tip. Split your big lip, then I do it again. See you
Welcome back to the Houston High Hockey live broadcast game between the Hawks and the Malemutes. Second period stats are coming up for you, but first I just got to say, I mean, what a heck of a second period for the Hawks.
Wow. Big goals from Tyler Shivers, Austin Zweifel, and Ahamada. Wow.
Yeah.
Not Ahamada. Wow. Otangana. Wow. I just kind of blanked on that one.
I mean, I don't know what Coach told him over the first intermission, but whatever it was, I mean, I hope he's telling it to him right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Isaac. Coach Tyers is a very influential person.
Oh, he's a very influential person.
He can get you going. He can motivate you.
He can really get you going. So let's look over our second period stats. For the Hawks, they had 3 goals that period off of 9 shots, 4 penalty minutes, and 5 face-off wins. For the Malemutes, they had no goals off of 5 shots, 8 penalty minutes, with 3 face-off wins. And that's one thing that I have noticed about Lathrop so far this game, is they've definitely been in the box a lot more than the Hawks. I mean, when you look at those PIM stats, I mean, I don't know, I don't think it's a lot of like malicious plays. I think it's just like the little stuff, you know, that's getting them.
No, nothing, you're right, nothing malicious. Hawks caught a lucky break there on the, you know, too many guys on the ice, that call. I don't know if I really agreed with the taking both of them on that coincidental. Lathrop's player did start it. I understand where the refs are coming from, but like I said, I didn't really like that one. Coincidental nonetheless, but tell you what, if the Hawks can get on the power play again, they got to find a way to be more effective in the zone. It's kind of surprising you got 2 even strength goals on the rush, you know, and then the shorthanded goal by Otangana. Tell you what, beautiful goal. That gave me goosebumps.
Oh, I mean, you know, I remember my first goal. I was standing right on the corner. I shot the puck 3 times and it trickled through the 5-hole.
Hey, man.
I mean, that's one that you like, that you never forget that.
No,
goal.
you got to keep that one.
I mean, go-ahead goal, second period, short-handed, and it doesn't get much better than that.
Tell you what, great period. 3 goals in that period. Definitely taking control of the game here. Let's see if they can keep it up.
For
you know, in the past, you've seen Houston as a team that can come out in the first couple periods and play well, and then the third period kind of falling apart.
That's true. It is kind of Houston's kryptonite is that third period. They got to get over the hump here. They're going into the third up by 1 goal. Get another couple on the board. Keep taking the body. Keep it in their zone. Limit the shots. I think you got this game.
I think you keep throwing pucks to the net and you'll win the game here.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, this goalie is not someone that's going to shut you down. Zachary Heron's made some nice saves, but he's not someone that's going to shut you down if you keep throwing shots on him.
I'll tell you what, Riley for the Houston Hawks playing a heck of a game ever since those first 2 goals. Come up with some big saves with guys left alone in front of the net. Again, seeing a lot of that tonight. Defensemen need to start picking up sticks. And another thing I did want to touch on, defensively, a lot of guys going for the hit, forgetting about the puck. You can't always do that.
Yeah.
It can turn around and bite you.
For sure. You step up for that hit you missed, then you got a 2-on-1, and that's actually what happened down there. You got a minute left in the game. Defenseman steps up, misses it. Now Lathrop's going in 2-on-1 short-handed. And what happened was, as they did get that puck to the slot, Bollinger luckily made a great leg pad save. He really extended, knocked it off into the corner. Otherwise, you know, it's a tie game going into the third.
I've also seen some sketchy pinches from the defenseman in the offensive zone, getting a little too deep as the whole, you know, as Lathrop's coming out of the zone, guys stepping up. You're creating a 2, 3-on-1. You know, eventually that forward's going to back check and get there, which they have. But, you know, nothing that you really want to leave your goalie hanging with.
You know, you never want to tell your team, go in and play defense. Because then what happens is you collapse in on your net, they knock in a couple goals, all of a sudden you're losing a game that you were in the lead of.
Right.
But I mean, like, if I could say anything right now in the locker room, it would just be like, hey, get it out of our zone, and don't play defensive hockey.
No,
like,
you can't be complacent with a 3-2. That's the worst lead in hockey.
But also, don't step up on those rushes. Defense really got to play defense here, you know? There's times to step up on the rush and get shots. But right now, safety first.
Safety first in a sense, but you almost think if the Hawks play like they did in that second period, this one's in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, if you come out like you did in that second period, I think you've got this game. The question is, will they come out and play like they did in that second?
That's a great question.
Yeah, so we're going to find out here in just a couple minutes. Quick reminder that some of our sponsors for tonight are Snowfire Gardens and Ace Waterwells. If you're interested in sponsoring the broadcast, see Lisa Humphreys, Isaac Smolden, or email us at houstonhawkhockey@gmail.com. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the third period from the Menard Sports Complex. It's the Houston High Hockey live broadcast. Hawks 3, Lathrop 2.
Spiritual, bring the Dalai Lama in. I could never die. 2 rap Junos nominated for a Gemini. Started with a symphony, the sum is still a mystery. Keep making records, I'ma keep on making history. But when I started, walls they were closing in. Underestimated, now I'm overthrowing them. Riding like the chariots, the fire gates are opening. Y'all know who's chosen for the podium, you're looking at the
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. Game time, every win celebrated from the top. Let them know how we made it.
This is dedicated to everybody who doubted me. You made a gladiator out of me. You're all the reason why I stayed motivated, while my team flag stays elevated.
Welcome back to the Houston High Hockey live broadcast here from the Menard Sports Center in Wasilla, Alaska. We're here getting ready for the third period of hockey between Lathrop and Houston. Lathrop was up early in the game. They had a 2-0 lead going into the second. But the Hawks completely 180'd them in the second period. Scored 3 unanswered goals, so now they're taking the lead going into the third by a score of 3-2. Hawks have 16 seconds left on this power play. That's not a lot of time, but
that's time for a rush.
Maybe just enough for a rush, maybe even a shot from the point. I mean, the Hawks haven't had a great power play so far this game. I think it's mostly stemmed from not getting shots on the net, not getting it set up and moving it enough. They're kind of playing on the outside with it right now. Looks like the refs are taking a little bit of time with the rink staff to get that net of Houston secured in on our far side.
Oh, looks like they got a hole in the twine there.
Oh, no way. Maybe one of our goals from last period knocked the twine loose or something. I don't know.
Just a ripper.
Just a ripper.
Burning board and ripping rope.
Oh, no doubt. So they're sending out Tyler Shivers' line to take the opening face-off for the Hawks. Malemutes taking a little bit of time to reconvene here. Now they'll go out. It's going to be Spears' line. That's Henderson and Wood on forward. And they've got number 9, Victorino, killing. Number 11 of the Lathrop Malemutes, Caleb Gajanowski, is in the box for 16 more seconds. The Hawks will have a brief 5-on-4 advantage, and then they'll have to continue from there. Referee Lance Dickey to drop the puck at center ice, and we're off. Lathrop pokes it through. Now they carry it into the Hawks zone early. Steps through both Hawks skaters, and it's frozen by Bollinger. Spears clawed his way all the way over to Bollinger's net. He's pushed out of there by Hayden Shivers. So now we'll have a D-zone face-off. Spears practically army crawled to get over and just touch Bollinger or something. That was something else.
Seemed kind of unnecessary on the shove there. He kind of lost his footing and slid in. You can't really do much on that play.
Yeah. Face-off on the far side. D-zone face-off. 11 seconds remain in the penalty. Same line still out there. This time Shivers wins it. Poked out to Otengana. He loses it on the point, and he blocks the shot. Great job by Otengana. Now he's going in on Victorino, but Victorino just takes the puck away from him on the near side. Passed across to Wood. Wood carries it into the zone. Lathrop is full strength. It's knocked aside by Bollinger. Shivers chips it up, but we're going to have a penalty on... Looks like it's going to be on the Hawks for an elbow. And it's going to be on Aiden Otengana for elbowing. Now... I guess the question that I have here is, I didn't see it, but how does Aiden Otengana, who is like 5'5", get an elbowing penalty on something?
He's just throwing bows.
I mean, maybe to do that, it's almost like he has to be out there skating just with an elbow out. Maybe
a lot
on
of
the
players do
back check or
skate that
something.
way.
I guess. So Hawks will go on the penalty kill. 14:38 remaining in the third period. Humphreys will try to dump it up. It's stopped on the point. Now back into the corner to Spears. Spears out to the point. Back down to Spears. Cross into the corner to Henderson. Henderson behind the net. Henderson passes it up to Victorino. Victorino, met by Kingery. Now back to Henderson. Henderson on the near side hash marks, knocked off by Hayden Shivers. He's got it in the corner. Shivers fighting him for it there, and it's around to the far side. Stepped in by Nataval and back around. Hayden Shivers goes for a poke check and misses. Back to Spears behind the Houston net. Spears tries to center. Knocked off by Reed Humphreys. Shivers knocks him off the puck, and the puck just gets out of the Houston zone. Tyler Shivers gets a change. Kingery stays out. Now the Lathrop Malemutes move it back into the Hawks zone. Net by Humphreys. Dumped down, picked up by Humphreys. Now the Hawks will go the other way. Humphreys tries to dump it. It's stopped on the point. Now Spears has it coming back into the Houston zone. He's stopped by Kai Kingery off a beautiful hit. And it's dumped all the way down for the Hawks. 55 seconds remaining in the Hawks penalty kill. Kingery gets a change. Now the puck's behind the Lathrop net. Austin Zweifel out there. Victorino carries it up. He's going to start a rush for the Malemutes the other way. Up to Spears. Spears steps into the Hawks zone. Wheels it past Gillespie. Fires a shot that's off the crossbar. Looks like Bollinger just caught a piece with his stick. Now Victorino in the corner. Pass back to Spears. To Victorino behind the net. Victorino waits with it. Hawks let him sit there. Now it's back out to Spears on the goal line. Spears steps in. Fires one that goes up and out of play, it looks like, for a stoppage. 25 seconds remaining in the Hawks penalty kill off of Aiden Otengana's elbowing penalty.
A lot of pressure deep in the zone from Lathrop there. 2-3 guys on the puck, staying behind the net.
Yeah, Lathrop was definitely had control there for the last minute about in this power play. So it's going to be a neutral zone face-off as Lathrop was the ones who sent it out of the rink. Austin Zweifel out there to take the face-off against Rosado. And he wins it back to Humphreys in the Hawks zone. Humphreys waits with it, and now he sends it all the way down the ice. That'll do a great job of killing off some more time. Heron behind his own net. Leaves it for Nataval. He passes up to Razadou. Razadou carries it through the neutral zone.
Great back check by Riley.
Riley Scott's going to get a hooking penalty off of that. I got to say, I agree with that call.
I agree, too.
I mean, Scott's coming in. He's trying to back check, but he takes his stick, grabs Lathrop's stick with his, and just, yanks back. Totally. I mean, that's what they tell you when you're a ref. They say, is it injury potential? Is it competitive advantage? And in that case, when Lathrop completely loses the puck, I mean, no-brainer. So the Hawks have almost killed off the first penalty. They'll have 5-on-3 for 3 seconds before having to kill off Riley Scott's hooking penalty.
You got to admit, though, he was coming back hard on that back check. It looked really nice until he kind of got that stick under the arm there.
I'm not going to fault him for that back check. It was a great effort to get back. Just, you got to be a little more careful with the stick. So now it's 5-on-4 for the Malemutes. They'll have it for 2 minutes. Razadou down into the corner. Passes out. Back to Razadou. Razadou to Spears. Spears to Razadou. He's got it in the corner. Back to Spears. Lathrop cycling it on the near side boards. Residue to Spears, met by Gillespie, to the middle, now picked up by Humphreys and chipped out, but it's kept in by Razado. Cross, now on the point is Victorino. Victorino down to the corner to Nadaval. Nadaval in the corner with it, picked up by Reed Humphreys, and it'll be iced all the way down. Good play by Humphreys to clear the zone. 1:14 remaining in the Lathrop power play. They're going to sit with it behind the net. Kai Kingery and Austin Zweifel out there to kill. Kingery waits on it a little bit. Now Nadaval passes up to Razadu. To Victorino, right in the slot. He passes up to Spears. Spears fires one that's just over the net. Kingery fighting for it on the far side boards. Around to the far side. Spears has it behind the Hawks net. He passes up to Wood. Wood on the top of the circle. Passes to the middle, but it doesn't get a stick on it. Now Kingery will dump it out of the zone. Austin Zweifel on the forecheck. Moves towards Wood. Wood passes up. Collected by Kingery. Now Kingery steps to the middle, but he loses it to Victorino. Victorino up to Razadu. To Spears on the near side. Spears steps to the middle and fires one that's wide of the net. Zweifel on the hash marks. Chips it out, and it just clears the zone. Lathrop moves back into the Hawks zone. 20 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Razadu forechecking, and the Hawks will ice it, but it's stopped on the point by Victorino. Now Humphreys collects it. Wheels it around a defender, and he carries it up the ice. Humphreys coming in on Victorino. On the far side, fires one, gets deflected off into the corner. 7 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Ottengana back out there for the Hawks, collected by Humphreys on his own blue. He carries it around, passes out, and all the way down. No icing on the play, though. So now the Hawks will go on the forecheck. Behind the net is Victorino, knocked off the play by Ottengana. Ottengana loses an edge. Now it's back behind the net. And the Lathrop Malemutes will go the other way with it. Kingery moves in for a hit. And now the puck gets out to the neutral zone as Lathrop carries it the other way. Across the Hawks' blue line into the hash mark. Off Hayden Shivers' skate. Ottengana tries to chip it out to Tyler Shivers, to Kingery. Kingery steps to the middle. It's a 2-on-1 for the Hawks. Kingery and Shivers move down. Kingery takes a shot. That's wide of the net. Picked up on the point by JP Nix. He misses the puck. Now the Malemutes will go on a 2-on-1 the other way. Hayden Shivers in the middle. Shot. Saved by Bollinger. Rebound knocked away by Bollinger.
Great stick by Bollinger there.
Bollinger had the puck trickling right across the goal line, and he got a stick on it to knock away from that.
That's some awareness you like to see from your goaltender.
Yeah, great play by Bollinger to keep that shot from not even happening. Actually, he just chipped it over the stick of Henderson. Unfortunately, the Hawks did ice it down on the play, so we'll have a D-zone face-off. It's Zweifel's line out there. That's Zweifel, Squires, and Scott. Gillespie and Nix on defense. One to Squires. Squires across his own blue, chips it up to Scott. Scott misses the puck. He'll look to dump it in. Over to Zweifel. Zweifel chips it down to Squires. Squires in the corner with it. Wheels it around to Zweifel in the middle. Zweifel loses it.
Great look by Squires there.
Nadaval across the red. Into the Hawks zone. To the hash mark, to the corner. Deep in the Hawks zone with it. Gillespie fighting for it. So Zweifel. Gillespie ends up with it behind his own net. Tries to chip it to Zweifel. Broken up by Lathrop, and now it goes the other way. Squires passes up, but it's knocked off a skate and kept in the Hawks zone. Dumped in by Brown. In the corner with it is Lathrop. They've got it behind the net. Passes across to the center, to Victorino in the middle. He fires one that's gloved by Bollinger. And now Zweifel and Brown are getting into some extracurriculars. And they're definitely going to be taking both of them on this. Yeah, I don't know how you're not taking them both here. So it's actually going to be number 18 from Lathrop, Jamison Boynton, and number 18 from Houston, Austin Zweifel. Coincidental penalties both for roughing. Another case where you've just got guys in front pushing and shoving. You got to make an example out of something.
It seemed kind of unnecessary. A little slash to the goalie, which I don't know if the ref should have let that one go. It's a bit of a hard slash, but Zweifel coming in late, they're always going to get you for that one.
Yeah.
Especially the second shove.
Yeah, for sure. Zweifel did come in really late off that push, and then he got pushed around himself, of course. That's why we ended up with the coincidentals. Nothing too hurt for the Hawks. Lathrop wins the face-off up to the point. Saved by Bollinger around. Another save by Bollinger! Oh my goodness! Wow. Bollinger makes the save, and while laying on his stomach, reaches around and denies the backdoor rebound.
He is playing out of his mind right now.
Oh my gosh. Just insanity at net from Riley Bollinger. Some of the greatest saves we've seen all year.
We got a timeout for the Hawks
Looks
here?
like the Hawks are going to take a timeout here. I think maybe Coach Stiers just wants to regroup. Hawks have kind of let it slip away a little bit. A lot of possession for Lathrop. Hawks definitely not without their chances, but you know, you got to be looking to capitalize here in the third period. Any chance you get to throw that puck on net, you got to get that insurance goal.
No, I think that's a good timeout call from Coach Stiers.
Yeah.
Talk to the guys, let them get a little regrouped. You know, see what they want to do as far as the game goes now. Do they go to a different forecheck? Maybe they go to a softer 1-2-2. I saw a little bit of what looked like a 1-2-2 early in the game. You got two forwards kind of hanging back, one guy chasing, which is nice. Great forecheck.
Well, that's been one of the biggest changes with the Hawks forecheck this year that I've noticed being out there on the ice with them during practices and such is they're running almost a soft forecheck all the time. They have the one guy down there. I like to call it the foosball forecheck. You got the one guy chasing behind the net, and you got two guys coming across.
Absolutely.
It looks like that's what they've been kind of running so far today.
I think we used to run that a little bit back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It's a great forecheck for when you need to play defensively. Yeah. Especially with Lathrop, they've got these passes out to the wings, and I think that's what you're trying to shut down with those two guys out there. So the Hawks win the face-off. It's up to Kingery, chips it through. Now Kingery moving in with Ottengana. He tries to center, but Nadabal knocks him off the puck. Now Kingery delivers the favor back behind the net. It's up to Lathrop. Reed Humphreys goes into pinch. It gets through him. Now Razadou passes across. Into the zone. Hayden Shivers picks it up and chips it out. Collected back by Nadabal. He passes up, intercepted by Scott. Now Scott carries it across the red, up to Kingery. Kingery fires one on net. Blocker save is made. Now Scott has it in the middle. He can't get the shot off. Lathrop looks to clear. Almost stopped by Kingery. It gets through the skate. Now Shivers steps up. And now it's picked up by Rogers, who dumps it all the way in. Rogers and Victorino racing for the puck. Picked up by Heron, the goaltender. And now Hayden Shivers collects it and dumps it all the way in. Hawks will have to forecheck here. Isaiah Squires the first one in. He's got it. And it's dumped out of the zone. This is Scott's stick. Now Nadabal picks it up. Scott knocks him off the puck. And it's chipped out by Hayden Shivers.
That's a smart play.
Back to Victorino. Victorino passes to the center. To Nadabal. Into the zone now. He chips it through to Henderson. Henderson and Squires fighting for the puck. Now Henderson centers, but it misses the stick of wood. Lathrop has it on the point to Nadabal. Fires a shot off the skate. Now Ottengana chips it up. Shivers picks it up, and now they're coming into the zone. Shivers around the far side. Fires it to the middle, knocked out of the air with the stick, and Nadabal gets it just out of the zone to be collected by Humphreys. Humphreys picks it up and fires it in on net. A blocker save is made by Heron. And it's iced all the way down by Lathrop. We'll have a stoppage in play. A couple of sponsors tonight for the broadcast are, of course, Ace Water Wells and also Snowfire Gardens. If you're interested in sponsoring the broadcast, see Lisa Humphreys or Isaac Smolden for more details, or email us at HoustonHawkHockey@gmail.com. We're more than halfway through the period here. Hawks still up by one. Couple of penalties, but nothing much else. The Hawks are taking offensive zone faceoffs. Coach Stiers mixing up the lines a little bit. It's Riley Scott, Isaiah Squires, and Blake Rogers out there. A lot of the Hawks' younger talent. Scott, a junior, of course, with Isaiah Squires and Blake Rogers both being underclassmen. Referee's having a bit of a talk with the Lathrop head coach. But now we'll get things started. Scott,
I think Lathrop's coach was kind of disagreeing with that icing call. I think they're saying that Humphreys picked up his stick and let it go, which I don't really think so. I think that's a stretch.
Back behind the net for the Hawks is Gillespie. He chips it up to Rogers on the hash mark. Rogers tries to center it. Gets past two player sticks, and now Scott moves in. He beats his man to the puck. He's got it behind the net. Looks to center, broken up. On the point is Gillespie. Gillespie steps to the middle, fires one, and a save is made by Heron. Rogers just misses the forecheck. Nix will get it, but it's just out of the zone, so the Hawks will have to regroup and then go back in. They get a line change. It's Shivers' line out there now. Hughes passes it up and all the way down. Should be an icing. And it is. So 6:38 remain in the third period here. Hawks still up by one.
I got a question for you, Isaac. Say Lathrop were to ice it down and it were to hit a referee's skate and redirect and not go the distance. What is that called?
That's no icing.
No icing, really.
No icing.
You never really see that. Usually those referees are kind of on top of it. So
yeah. You know, if it goes off the skate and goes all the way down, it's also still an icing. They consider the ref a part of the playing surface.
Gotcha. I should have known that.
Hughes now has it for Lathrop. She passes it up, and it's into the Hawks zone. Fired on net. A save is made by Bollinger with the glove.
I can't say enough about Bollinger tonight. He is playing great.
you know, I can't fault them for those 2 goals. And a lot of goalies, that'll shake their confidence. That'll knock them off their game.
Absolutely.
But nothing but just astounding play from Bollinger. Some great saves to keep the Hawks up by 1. He's been the rock that the Hawks needed to make this comeback so far. Humphries collects it and dumps it all the way down. We'll have another icing call and another D-zone face-off. Lathrop's going to change their lineup. It looks like their top line's going out there. That's Spears, Henderson, and Wood, with Victorino and number 11, Dynoski on defense. It'll be interesting to see what Lathrop does here, down by 1 with only 6 minutes left in the third. I think you got to get a little bit aggressive here. Around to the far side to Henderson. Shivers fighting for it on the hash, picked up by Ottengana. Ottengana back to Shivers. Shivers in the middle with it. Carries it through. He's getting back-checked by Henderson. It's dumped into the zone. Shivers first guy there. He passes it up to Kingery on the hash. Kingery looks to center. It's knocked off a stick. Now Humphries has it in the neutral zone. Dumps it in. Hawks will have to clear the zone. Hawks still offsides. Kingery didn't quite get out. Now Lathrop loses it. Picked up by Kingery. He's got it on the top of the circle. Passes across, and Scott doesn't have his stick on the ice. He just misses that pass. Puck gets out to Humphries. Humphries looks to dump it in, but it's off of Wood and all the way down. Hayden Shivers has it off of one of the ref's skates. Chipped out by Humphries. And Lathrop collects on their own blue. Isaiah Squires forechecking, great play. Now Scott has it in the middle, knocked off his stick, going the other way. Scott recollects on the blue. He carries it into the zone. He's got Squires with him. He's at the top of the circle. He fires one that's just over the net. Good shot selection by Scott that almost got over the shoulder. Now Humphries fires one, rebound out to Squires. Squires to Scott in the middle. Scott shoots, rebound again. Scott in the slot. Lathrop collects and sends it the other way. Great chances for the Hawks here. 5 minutes remaining in the third period. Humphries behind his own net. Passes it out to the middle. Now it's Squires one-on-one. He steps to the middle, fires a weak shot, rebound, over his stick. Now Humphries collects and it's off into the corner. Another centering attempt to Zweifel. Zweifel shoots, a rebound is made. And Lathrop clears the puck out of there. Offensive flurry here for the Hawks. Lathrop collects it and is going the other way. They fire a shot on net. Bollinger makes a save. Another save by Bollinger, and he'll freeze play. And this, initial save is made. A little bit of a bad rebound, but he rebounds nicely, makes the save that he needs to.
He's very quick when he's down. Moves very well side to side.
Story of the night right now has got to be the Hawks goaltender. I mean, he's kept him in this game all night so far, off of a bit of a slow start by the Hawks. 4:35 remains in the third period. Hawks up by 1. Shivers wins the faceoff to Gillespie. Gillespie chips it out to Kingery. Kingery over to Ottengana, misses him by a couple feet. Back in the neutral zone. Kingery dumps it all the way in. Out back into the neutral zone. Goes past JP Nixon all the way down. Nix has it in the far corner. He stops. Gets past Henderson. Now Shivers has it. Tries to chip it. Picked up by Spears. Spears in the Hawks corner. Centers it to Henderson. Wide of the net. JP Nix on the near side. Tries to pass up to Ottengana. Ottengana up to Amy Hughes for Lathrop. Across the ice. Kept in and dumped on net. A save is made by Bollinger off of a weird rebound. Now Bollinger has it right in front of the net, and the Hawks clear it away to the corner. Ottengana has it. He sends it up, and it's down the ice. Icing on the play. Wow. Another flurry right in front of the net, and that one, wasn't so much as Bollinger as it was his defense.
Oh, absolutely. Got it out of the zone. I don't disagree with icing the puck there either. When you're getting flustered like that, you got to get a whistle.
Yeah, you got to get a change there. Got to get a little bit of a reset. Especially in a close game like this, you're only up by 1. 3:50 remaining in the third period. Zweifel's line out there now. That's Scott, Squires, and Zweifel. Humphries and Hayden Shivers on defense. They take the face-off against Raspberry. He'll lose it back to Victorino on the point. Victorino fires one. Leg pad saved by Bollinger. Zweifel goes into the corner with it, fighting for the puck.
Great body
Squires
there.
Fighting for it now. He's tied up. A lot of skaters over there. It's flipped out by Hayden Shivers. Kept in and dumped back in by Lathrop. Now Squires has it on the point. Hayden Shivers knocks someone to the ground.
Now see, that's one of those examples there where you got to get it out of the zone once you're by the blue line.
Victorino on the point, fires one and a glove save by Bollinger. 3:21 remaining in the third period. Hawks have struggled a little bit to clear the zone in the last 2 minutes. They had some great chances there for a couple minutes, all on the Lathrop goalie, Zachary Heron. A lot of rebounds, a lot of nice shots, just couldn't convert there right in front of the net. And I don't think that's any fault of their own. That's just some good defense, some good goaltending.
Absolutely. Look to see Lathrop maybe pulling the goalie here in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, it's got to be getting close if you don't get one here shortly. Ottengana dumps it out. Back to pick it up is Naudibal. Dumps it to Victorino. Victorino elects to hold it. Now he carries it in. Ottengana's knocked off the play. Shivers, forechecking.
Almost looked like a hit to the head.
Over to Spears. Now collected by Humphreys. Humphreys with the puck, chips it up, knocked out of the air. Ottengana fighting for it. Picked up by Shivers, into the zone. Naudibal with it on the dot. He passes over to Wood. Lathrop has some time here. They pass it across to Naudibal. Naudibal passes to the middle. Goes all the way down. No icing on the play off of the tip. Victorino in the corner with it. He beats Humphreys as Humphreys loses an edge. Now he's got it behind the Hawks' net. Run to the far side up to Naudibal, who just whiffs on it.
Lumber.
Naudibal broke his stick on the play. Now it's in the corner for Lathrop. Gillespie tries to poke it away. On the hash marks. Dumped back into the zone. Gillespie behind his own net. Chips it away to Kai Kingery. Kingery tries to dump it out, but it's collected on the point by Lathrop. They dump it in off the skate of Gillespie. Gillespie chips it up to Kingery. Kingery loses it to Wood. Wood dumps it in off Humphreys' skate. Now Humphreys chips it up into the neutral zone. Lathrop has to wait off of an offsides. Now it's dumped back in. Noah Gillespie behind the net. He's waiting with it. He chips it around to Kai Kingery. Kingery tries to send it up the boards. Knocked off the skate by Victorino. Humphreys moves in on Victorino to tie him up. Kingery and Humphreys in there fighting for it. Collected by Victorino. Victorino down to Razadil. He's got it right in front of the net. Save is made by Bollinger. Gets behind the net. Now Bollinger is knocked down on the play. Able to get back up as the puck's on the point. Shot is fired. Leg save by Bollinger. And back out to the point. Spears fires one off the leg pad. Spears in the middle with the slot. Fires one that's wide of the net. Behind the net is Lathrop. They've got it on the far side. Wheels it around. Pass up to the point, intercepted by Ottengana. Now Ottengana tries to step through, doesn't quite make it. Lathrop recollects and dumps it back in. 1:23 remaining in the third period. Reed Humphreys in the corner. He ices it out and right into the bench of the Hawks. It'll be a D-zone face-off. You gotta wonder, does Lathrop pull their goalie here with 1:19 left? I think it's gotta be.
I'm almost surprised they hadn't pulled him with when they were on that pressure with about minute 45 left. I was surprised he was still in the net.
I was expecting it too. Looks like they are gonna take him now. Lathrop will have 6 guys out there. D-zone face-off for the Hawks. Both teams have already used their timeout. That was one thing that I was thinking about is you use both your timeouts early in the game. I don't disagree with either timeout call by either coach. But
they're leaving him in.
Oh, they are leaving him in. Could be
kind of a gutsy move there. I feel like with a minute 19, you need all the time you can get.
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
I think they're going to wait for a face-off win here.
Yeah, now they've got it. They pass to the middle, they score. Great play by Lathrop, right off the face-off. Back, dumped into the corner, chip to the middle. Easy goal from the slot. And that story of the night for Lathrop's goal. Every single one fired from the slot.
Tell you what, though. That just goes back to the first period. Defenseman not picking up sticks. You got to start swinging it there.
Yeah. And you could kind of see Houston slipping in the last few minutes. A lot of D-zone time in their own zone.
Absolutely.
And eventually it just caught up to them.
Yep.
So that was Trenton Spears from Andras Rosado off a great play from Lathrop to get the equalizer. 1:15 remains in the third period. The game is tied at 3. It's Shivers' line out there against Spears' line. All the top players out there for both teams. Face off. One to Rosado in the middle. Now Humphreys carries it in for the Hawks. Loses it back to Kingery. Kingery fires one in that he whiffs on. Now it's dumped into the corner. Tyler Shivers in there. Knocked off the puck. Picked up by Victorino. Shivers back in there fighting for it. Knocked around behind the net. Victorino going for it. Shivers tries to poke it through. On the far side is Ottengana to Shivers in the middle. Shivers loses the puck. It's collected by Humphreys and just gets out of the zone. Dumped back into the corner. The Hawks are offsides. Apparently unbeknown to Kai Kingery. That'll cause a neutral zone faceoff. Lathrop's coach is taking some serious offense to a play. I didn't see it. Did you see anything down there?
You know, it was down in the corner, and I saw 2 guys down there. And see if I can try to listen in here.
It did look.
The whole bench was screaming. It was kind of a.
It did look like there was some sort of hit down there or something that
yeah.
they didn't take too kindly.
We might have to go back to Toronto on that one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to because I can't see it. I've got, like 8 JV guys blocking my view of the corner over here. Hint, hint, boys.
Now, is there overtime in
There is overtime
regular
for this
season?
game. There should be overtime for this game.
So after overtime, is that it? Is it considered a tie in regular season play? I can't remember.
I mean, I think it goes overtime, and then it's either counted a tie after overtime, or it goes to a shootout. I think they might have changed the
I
rules.
think shootout play is only in tournaments.
Tournaments, yeah. But I know that in Homer, the Hawks did go to overtime against the Stars. That was a 4-on-4 5-minute overtime in which the Hawks ended up tying the Stars. Now Lathrop passes it all the way down. Save made by Bollinger.
Oh, with a little unnecessary spray there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
While I'm talking over here, Lathrop had passed it up to the blue line. They had a Wood sneaking in behind. He went down for a nice shot on Bollinger. Even better.
Great job on Humphreys to get back and get a little stick on that though.
Yeah, that would have been a wide open shot if not for Humphreys' back check. All right, so both teams still with their top lines out there. Austin Zweifel taking the face-off now. Scott, Squires, and Zweifel all out there for the Hawks. Tried to win it back to Humphreys. Now Lathrop has it in the corner up to the hash marks. Squires levels someone. No call was made. Now Bollinger makes a glove save.
Seemed like Lathrop's coach wanted to hit from behind. That was a good shoulder check. I don't really see that as behind.
Yeah, I know. You could go either way. I'm not calling a 2 and 10 off that. It wasn't one of those malicious hits. You know, I could almost give 2 for a rough, 2 for an elbow or something.
That's a hockey play there.
I mean, yeah. There hasn't really been a lot of like bad blood or big hits from either team.
No. And Stan George, great referee. He's going to call it when he sees it.
Yeah. So now Shivers' line is out there to take the face-off. Won by Lathrop. In the corner is Humphreys. He goes for a hit. Almost an interference call. You could see the arm of the ref just barely move. Chipped out to Kingery. Loses it back to Victorino. Victorino passes it up and into the zone. Hayden Shivers passes up to Kai Kingery. Kingery on the red. Carries it into the Lathrop zone. He's got it on the hash marks. Tries to center. Easily intercepted. And with just 2 seconds remaining, time's going to expire on the third period of hockey. So after 3, we are knotted up at 3. And it looks like this game is going to go into overtime. We'll be right back with your third period stats. And then for the overtime period, as the Hawks take on the Lathrop
and
Malemutes.
Stan George is going to take them both.
It does look like we are going to have, before we go to break, we are going to have coincidental penalties on both Humphreys and Razadil for a little bit of extracurriculars after the play. Or is it just Humphreys?
No, he pointed at them both. He said he was taking them both. So now is that coincidental? Is it going to be a 4-on-4 overtime, or is this a 5-on-5 overtime?
I have no idea.
You know, it'd be nice if it was like the NHL, a little 3-on-3 action.
3-on-3 would be
perfect. Wow, 3-on-3
that's some of the
overtime.
most exciting hockey.
Some great hockey.
So now they're letting Humphreys go back to the bench. I'm confused on whether now either Humphreys has a call on him, and he's going back to the bench because we're only on the, you know, they're not going to make him go to the box during the break, or we've got no penalty, and they're going to have both players back at the bench. I mean, this is...
You know, that's a kind of a confusing play there.
It's some of that after the ice, after the...
Well, let me ask you this. If that was the end of the game and that's going on, you don't call that you're not going to put that in the score sheet as a penalty. That's kind of, I mean... You
could put it on the score sheet just for kicks and giggles, but it's not going to affect the game. Like, you can put it on there.
Right, yeah.
But, like, you know, that's just kind of one of those things that you don't have to make in the moment. Let's talk about the third period for a bit. The Hawks came out pretty strong, I thought. They had some great chances, weren't able to bury. Riley Bollinger made some incredible saves to keep him in it, and then Lathrop scores late to tie it up. I mean, both teams playing extremely well. It's almost looked like the Hawks have eased off a little bit on the gas, and you got to hope that they're going to pick it up here in this overtime period.
So this is going to be a 5-on-5 overtime.
Yeah, it looks like it. 5-on-5. Or no, because now Humphreys is going to the box.
Well, no, but they're coincidentals.
It's got to be. They pointed at them both. And it looks like that's what George is talking to the Lathrop coach about. Let's see the third period stats for the last period of hockey. For the Hawks, they had 8 shots on net and 6 penalty minutes and a whopping 9 face-off wins. For Lathrop, they had a total of 5, 10, 15. Looks to be about 21 shots. Wow. With only 2 penalty minutes, 5 face-off wins. And you know,
that just goes to show how Bollinger's playing.
Bollinger's playing incredible, and also it shows you your D zone positioning. I mean, Lathrop was firing shots on Bollinger all period. You got to tighten it down defensively a little bit.
Lathrop still has to send someone to the box, and I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know if they only took Humphreys or if...
He pointed at them both. He can't go back on what he called.
No, especially not if you're sending Humphreys. Like, the box is still open. We've got 5 skaters on the ice, and now, yeah, Lance Dickey is going to come over. He's going to send number 55 of Lathrop's.
That wasn't even the player.
I don't think it was either.
That's
not
right.
I don't think it was either. I think it was Razado. Because he pointed at 24.
24, I thought.
24 Razado and 59 Humphreys.
You can't have anyone serve that penalty. That's like...
Yeah, that's a little bit fishy to me. We're going to have to play with it. We got 8-minute overtime. Rules are the same as last year. 8-minute, 5-on-5 overtime for both teams. We got coincidental penalties. Now it's chipped behind by Lathrop. Gillespie on the far side behind the net. Over to Hayden Shivers. Hayden Shivers dodges a Lathrop forward. Now chips it out. Back through the skate of Victorino, and Kai Kingery forechecks. Kingery moves in on him. Now Tyler Shivers comes in to help. He gets behind the Lathrop net. Ottengana forechecks. It's packed up to Henderson. Henderson with the puck. Pass down the ice. We should have an icing on the play, and we will. Tell you what, some of the best memories from high school come in these overtime periods here. And it's not like this is
some of the not so good memories.
Some of the not so good ones either. But, you know, I remember when, you know, when you've got one of these overtime periods, like the stress is just unbelievable on some of these plays.
Your adrenaline is out of control.
The adrenaline is out of control. So offensive zone face-off for the Hawks. Won by Lathrop. Now JP Nix goes for a hit and gets absolutely reaped himself. Now picked up by Rogers at the red. He's knocked down. And we are going to have a penalty on Lathrop. Good call, I think, by George. It's going to be an interference penalty as number 10 of Lathrop, Justin Morales, came in on, he made a great hit on JP Nix, but he comes in on Blake Rogers and delivers a hit straight to the head. Rogers did not have the puck, so I think good call from the refs here.
Absolutely.
You know, he was out there headhunting at that point. And
tell you what, I think Lathrop's bench really giving the referees a lot of grief in this third period and the beginning of overtime.
They definitely are. I mean, as a coach, I know you kind of got the blinders on, especially when it's overtime. But
well, and here's the thing: those refs are only going to take so much.
Yeah, for sure.
You see a bench minor thrown out.
Yeah. Overall, I think the officiating's been all right. We have had a couple more penalties on Lathrop. I don't think there's been any bad calls so far, though, necessarily.
I agree with you.
Shivers wins the face, or excuse me, Ottengana was actually taking the face off. He won it to Shivers. Shivers to Gillespie. Up to Shivers on the point. He fires one that goes off the stick and out of play.
Great shot selection by Shivers.
Great way to set it up here right off the power play. This is what you got to do. You've been gifted with a great power play chance early in this overtime period. This is when you got to capitalize. You might not get a better chance than this the rest of the overtime.
A lot of whistles so far in this overtime.
For sure.
Only a minute's gone by. It seems like an eternity.
We're only 56 seconds in. We've already had 3 or 4 whistles. Tyler Shivers takes the face-off, loses it back, and Lathrop will dump it all the way down the ice. It rolls in on Bollinger, who staves it with the stick and picks it up. And now Spears was going for it and overshot a little bit. 1:42 remaining in the power play. Defensive zone face-off. 6:56 remaining in overtime. So those coincidentals for Humphreys and number 55, Dante Curtis. This is going to be out at 6 minutes and a whistle. And if you're the Hawks, you know, you got to be looking to get Humphreys back. He would have been a big help on this power play.
You know, honestly, when you get to that 6 minute mark, you gotta have awareness of time and space. Maybe try to get a offsides whistle, not an icing call.
Yeah. Aiden knocks it in for the Hawks into the corner. He's got it there, challenged. Kingery helping him out. Goes behind the net. Now Hayden Shivers is back there, chips it around the far side, but Lathrop picks it up and sends it all the way down. One thing I've noticed about this Lathrop penalty kill, they are not afraid to send guys streaking down the ice.
Oh, no, they're not.
I mean, it's a great job by their penalty killers to just go down the ice, put a lot of pressure on the power play. Tyler Shivers carries it through the neutral zone for the Hawks. He steps to the middle. He's at the top of the circle. He fires one that's off the skate of Olympia, and now Kai Kingery comes in for a hit. It's in the far corner. Hayden Shivers has it. Met there. Now Victorino has it, and he'll ice it all the way down. 40 seconds remaining.
Tell you what, Bollinger's been doing a great job tonight of coming out and helping those Hawks defensemen play the puck.
For sure. He's not afraid to come out and give the defenders a little bit of help. And, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but sometimes those extra seconds are just what you need to make sure that, you know, you have enough time on the power play. Ottengana in the neutral zone. Dumps it all the way in. Around to the far side. Squires is forechecking. Now gets up to Gillespie. Gillespie dumps it in. Over to Squires. Back to Gillespie. Gillespie's through the skates, but it's picked up by Lathrop. It's Spears going the other way. Knocked to the far side off a good back check from Gillespie. Steps into the zone. Gillespie and Spears fighting for it in the corner. Spears met by Rogers. Rogers tries to chip it up. Now Scott fighting for it, and Lathrop's full strength. Scott on the hash marks. Dumped behind the net. He's leveled by Spears.
He's got to get out of the zone here.
Hayden Shivers chips it up and out of the zone. Into the neutral zone behind Blake Rogers. Chipped through the skates. Now Rogers on the red. Has it in the skates. Chipped up. Moving the other way now is Razadou. He carries it in. Fires it across over the stick of Henderson. JP Nix comes in. Misses the hit. It's out to Razadou behind the net. He's got it in the corner. Waits with it. Steps through JP Nix. Nix misses the hit. Passes out to the middle. A shot that's just wide of the net. Lathrop still behind the net with it. Pass to the center. Wide of the net again.
After we talked about all those whistles, there wasn't one for about 3 minutes there.
Yeah, lots of just, you know, non-stop play. Good chances for both teams. I think Lathrop in those last 30 seconds really applied some pressure, but the Hawks managed to get out of it. Now you got to come.
That one-timer from the slot was very, very close, just a little bit wide.
Yeah, just a tiny bit wide of the net. Austin Zweifel takes the face-off for the Hawks, but he's going to get kicked out as Ottengana was moving on the play. Now Kai Kingery out there. He's going to take the face-off against Wood. Kingery loses it. Back to Bollinger, who makes a great pad save. It's still in the slot for Lathrop, though. They fire it. It's off of Nix's skate. Kingery picks it up. Tries to pass to Ottengana. Collected by JP Nix. He passes up to Humphries. Humphries streaks up the near side of the ice. He's got it across the blue. Fires it on net, but it's just wide. Now Kai Kingery fights for it. Gets through Austin Zweifel. Humphries collects it, carries it, wheels around. He moves up the far side of the ice now. Chips it over to Zweifel. Zweifel across the blue. Is at the top of the circle. Fires one that's over the net. Ottengana on the near side. Picks it up, pass to JP Nix. It's off his skate and out of the zone. Collected by Humphries. Humphries across his own blue. Chipped up. Stopped by Spears. Spears on the offensive zone blue for the Malemutes. They pass it up. Now JP Nix delivers a crushing hit. Oh, elbow on the play. And we're going to have a stoppage in play as...
I'm not sure what the Lathrop coach wants to be called there.
Well, I think it's got to be the elbow. I mean, JP Nix came in. He was looking to take a head. I mean,
that looked like right here to me.
Yeah, I don't think it was quite the elbow. I think he got a good no call. I mean, he has the puck. It's a clean hit. I don't think he goes in with the elbow, but it is a big hit. Now Lathrop, of course, is going to be calling the refs over again. If I'm Lathrop, I got to be careful. I know you're frustrated, but 3:24 left. You got to be careful. You're going to get a bench minor.
And they're screaming down there. Holy smokes.
I mean, you know, it's a game that you were up 2-0. You're a little bit frustrated with your team. You've had some calls not go your way. You're a little bit frustrated with the officiating. But, like, take off the blinders for a bit. Look at your situation. Stay out of the box. Hayden Shivers back in his own zone. Passes up to Isaiah Squires. Squires loses the puck. Squires and Scott fighting for it. Now Scott knocked off the puck by Spears. Spears chips it across to Henderson, and Henderson dumps it in for Lathrop. Behind the net is Hayden Shivers. He's got some time. In the near corner, tries to pass up. He loses it. Collected by Squires up to the Malemutes, and it's dumped out of play. It was chipped out by number 9, Victorino. So I don't know if you know this, Jaden, but one of the new rules for hockey this year, nationwide actually, I believe, is you only have the 9 face-off dots now. So usually you'd have a face-off on the red line, but now with these new rules, you got to send it all the way back to the far side neutral zone dot.
Wow, okay.
You know, and I've seen a lot of offsides go because usually it's from where the play is passed.
Right.
But instead you have to have a center ice face-off for offsides. It's a little bit of a change, but overall I do think it helps clarify things a little bit for fans, for players. Houston dumps it into the Lathrop zone. They pass it out. to Henderson. He's got some speed moving up. Tries to pass it across. Stopped by Kingery and dumped back in. No icing on the play. Hawks go on the forecheck. Otengana. Now on the forecheck. Lathrop behind their own net. Pass it out to Victorino. Victorino across to Wood. 3-on-2 for Lathrop. Wood steps to the top of the circle. Fires one that Bollinger just catches a piece of the glove with. To the far side. Zweifel knocks him off the puck. Now Otengana chips it through. Out to play the puck is Heron, the Lathrop goalie, as the Hawks get a change. Zweifel still forechecking. He almost ends up with the puck, but Victorino wheels it around and passes up to Henderson. Rogers out there forechecking.
Nice job by Blake Rogers there.
Dump back to Humphreys. Humphreys wheels around up to Rogers. Rogers tries to pass to the middle, knocked off his stick. Now Lathrop going back on a 2-on-1. He got it right in front, and a huge save by Bollinger. Another shot from the slot. Riley Scott passes across to Isaiah Squires. Squires across the red, dumps it in. Now a little bit of a push out, almost could have been an interference. I understand why you're letting that go though. Only 1:34 remains in this overtime period. Lathrop moving the other way with some speed. It's a 3-on-2. Across to Razagou. He's got it on the far side. Humphreys there to meet him. In the corner with it is Victorino. Behind the net, pass up to Spears. He fires one. Saved by Bollinger. Now the puck's loose. Bollinger has it in front. Knocked to the corner by Scott. Victorino in the corner with it. He's got some room. Tries to pass. Up to Rogers. Off the stick. Save made. And they score. Lathrop with tons of pressure there. That's going to do it for the game. Puck scrambling for in front of the net. It goes off the stick of Blake Rogers. Rebound gets out to Lathrop right in the front of the... Fourth goal of the game from Lathrop, and it's come once again right in front of the net. So Hawks take the unfortunate L in overtime, but a good game overall. We'll be right back with the final stats of the game, our 3 stars, and our final thoughts here as the Houston Hawks took on the Lathrop Malemutes here from the Menard Sports Center. It's the Houston High Hockey Live broadcast. Stay tuned.
It gets colder when you're gone. We are getting drunk now. Jamie flunked out, pants undone. Internet scams and waste comes. We just scapegoats all too dumb. Body paint and de-glow. Where do trends go when you're numb? When everybody wants to be somebody, they all care. And everybody wants to know themselves. We're too scared to figure it out. We're still figuring it out. Made for mass production, easy art when you want more. But was I made to function or create or just get bored? High school conversations, graduation, what's in store? A 5-year plan to visions, it wasn't your invitation burn. But everybody wants to be somebody, they all care. And everybody wants to know themselves. We're too scared, we're still figuring it out. We're still figuring it out. Manic Monday, we lose the ground beneath us. Tuesday, I think I found Jesus. Waking back on Wednesday with a rosary and incense. Thursday, I drink away my demons. On Friday, Saturday, lose ourselves on Sunday. Because everybody wants to be somebody, they all care. And everybody wants to know themselves. We're too scared, we're still figuring it out. We're still figuring it out. try to put my finger on the moment we went wrong, but the taste turned bitter, so I pulled the trigger. Not so easy to move on, I guess I should have known. Ice cold, I freeze up when I see ya. Left you just to find out that I need ya. So far, I wanna pull you closer. I wish we could start the whole thing over. Ever since I left you, I've been trying to get you back, and it keeps getting worse. I'm burning on the inside, and the truth is that I didn't know how good you were until you were gone, 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 until you were gone. I was always told that only time would heal the pain. Yet even though it's been so long, it still hurts just the same. Yet now I'm finding that the break was binding. I take back everything I said. Oh, won't you just come home?
Welcome back to the Houston High Hockey Live broadcast here from the Menard Sports Center. Disappointing loss tonight for the Hawks as they end up losing to Lathrop 4-3 in overtime. Let's look at our final stats for that OT period for the Hawks. They had 1 shot in overtime. For Lathrop, looks like they had 4 penalty minutes. For Lathrop, 4. For Houston, 2. 4 face-off wins apiece for both teams, and obviously the 1 goal coming from Lathrop. Totals for the game for the Hawks, they had 3 goals with a total of 20 shots, 12 penalty minutes, and 24 face-off wins. For Lathrop, 4 goals on 39 shots with 14 penalty minutes and 14 face-off wins. So let's look at our 3 stars of the game. Star number 3 is going to go to Aiden Ottengana of the Hawks. First high school goal tonight. It was the go-ahead goal in the second period. Capped off the last one for the Hawks, and it put them up by 1 still fairly early in the second period. It was a great short-handed goal, his first goal of his high school career. You know, hats off to him. It was an awesome goal. That's going to stay with you forever. Star number 2, I'm going to give it to the goal scorer for Lathrop. That's going to be the OT goal scorer for Lathrop. That's going to be number 24, Andros Razado. He had a couple other points tonight. He was a big offensive presence, and obviously he gets the game winner, so, you know, you got to give him credit for that. It was a great performance from him tonight. And star number 1, I'm going to give it to Riley Bollinger. Great performance tonight. He had 35 saves on 39 shots, which, you know, when you look at it face level, you're thinking not a great performance. But, I mean, just the kid made some incredible saves, especially in that third period. He kept his team in it the entire time. I don't think I can fault him for any of the goals, you know. 4 goals right from the slot, and that was the story of the night for the Hawks. I think that's why they take the L tonight. Not enough protection for their goalie right in the slot. They're letting guys bang away right in front on that last goal. Early in the game, they let off a couple, you know, wide-open shots from 5 feet out. You can't do that and expect your goalie to make the save. Bollinger did make some incredible saves, though, right from the slot. He kept his team in the game. It was one of the best performances that I've seen in a long time. So that's going to do it for us for today from the Menard Center. Tune in tomorrow. I think it's going to be at 7 o'clock. We're going to come to you from Big Lake Internet, if the Internet's working, if we're able to get on. And that's going to be about 7 o'clock Alaska time from Big Lake. It's the Hawks' first conference game.